It's a good-looking knee as well.
Do you think people could guess the knee?
I don't. By the end, we could reveal it, but I don't think they would guess it. That knee's about to be famous, though.
I think at some point they'll just some of the laughing will bleed
Give it away.
through. and
You're
give it
assuming
away.
we're going to be funny.
True.
No, the motherfucker just laughs for no reason half the time. I don't even know what's funny.
He's going to hold it in now.
He can't.
Russell, do you like pizza? Just as a general concept.
I do like pizza.
How do you feel about a cheese pizza, except instead of tomato sauce, it's barbecue sauce? Just barbecue sauce and cheese. That's it.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
I think you've lost me.
Yeah. No. I didn't lose you. You're
Just
on
the
my
knee.
team.
The
You're on my
knee.
team. The knee ordered that pizza.
But I also quite like that combination. I don't mind a bit of just the barbecue sauce with the cheese.
It needs chicken.
Jason straight up threw it
In the bin.
In
I
the
did.
bin.
I've never witnessed
I
anything
very
so
rarely
wasteful.
throw half pizza away, but that one deserved it.
Yeah, as an American, you got high standards for pizza.
Yeah.
One of my
Yeah?
teammates ordered a pizza. He won't be named, but he ordered
you
with
can do.
egg, olives,
Egg,
pastrami,
olives.
and like peppers on it. I don't
That's
know. But it
European.
was
That's
very-
Has to be ultimate.
Or you can.
Yeah, I reckon
European with pastrami.
I don't know. There was
Maybe the pastrami is not like
it was some type of meat. Maybe
big in Europe.
that doesn't sound like a Justin type of pizza.
No, it doesn't.
I could be
sound-
wrong.
It doesn't sound like a NAF type of pizza either.
So it's your Kinder or Ultimate.
That's what I'm saying. Or Mither.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been
To
Mytho.
be honest, like egg on pizza is a little bit underrated.
It's good on a breakfast
I'm just
pizza.
saying. If it's like, but if it's just the one that sunny side up and then you have the juices
Oh, the yolk
around.
it.
Yeah,
Pop
I don't
the
want
yolk
the
and you spread it
fucking
around.
boiled egg and then you
No.
have like the pieces of it on it. That's disgusting.
You
But
want
this-
runny yolk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be surprised.
Well, okay. I've
Maybe
never
for HLTV awards, I'll take you to a place that makes good
as
pizza
discussed
with
on
an
this
egg.
They
show
have
before. I
tzatziki
don't know if I'm
sauce
going to
there
go.
too at his pizza place.
Tzatziki sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
In case you want that on your pizza.
Oh, that was when you were fucked up that one time.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's very good.
we were going to this like after hour, like it's open all night place for food, right? And you can eat pizza by the slice. And I asked him, you want anything on the pizza? Like, what do they have? I don't know, man. Like anything, ketchup, mayo, And he's like, so he's fucked up and he's looking at all the shit that's in there because it's also add-ons for meat stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, can I put some tzatziki on it? I'm like, sure, Jason, you can get whatever you want, and-
Damn good
You
pizza.
do like Greek culture.
Yeah, I do. And I mean, I think at that point, I just wanted the tzatziki. It was the pizza was just a vehicle delivery system.
I wonder if Russ ever saw your Jesus Creepers. Was that before or
Oh my
after
God,
you
I
went
knew this was
coaching?
gonna come.
That was before. That was well before.
So then he may have seen them.
No, he's never seen them. I've only worn them twice.
Jason
Twice.
had these very beautiful shoes.
Thank you. They were very beautiful.
that I gave him shit about, and they were called him Jesus Creepers, and he never wore them again. So I didn't
because
know.
you judged him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Jason.
It wasn't
was
just
so-
him though. It was everyone. It was the whole crew at the time. It was you. It was Alex. It was Yanko. Trance, I think, got in
Can
on
we
it.
just put a few things together though, Jason? Your alias is Moses, and you're out there wearing like these sandals that are going up your ankle.
Yeah, playing the part.
Yeah, I guess parting the seas.
I went on a vacation in Greece to Athens, a solo vacation myself, and
Solo vacation.
it was a very famous sandal maker in town. I was like, that'd be cool to go see a sandal maker. Bought a pair of sandals.
Yeah, it's special, no?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But they're not special anymore, Russell. They're just in the
It's very
fucking
unfortunate.
basement collecting dust with the rest of the shoes.
Surely there's some light bullying going on in your team.
Yeah, of course. There's
Yeah,
always
that's all
banter.
that was.
Yeah.
Who's the best of the banter?
It usually involves Yekander.
Okay.
So it's either me and Yekander, or me and Mether, or Mether and Yekander.
Nav and
Justin
Ultimate just
and
out.
Justin and Mether.
Justin,
Ooh,
he gets nasty.
does
Justin
he now?
can get a bit, yeah, but I don't know, like only maybe at me at Rush. He gets a bit upset about things. What do you think about Mytha's hat?
I like it.
The hat was discussed today. You brought up his hat.
Yeah,
Brought it
I
up
brought
yesterday as well.
I
Yeah,
brought
we
up
talked
his
about it a
hat.
couple times.
My coach's class.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying, what if, he would still have it on and then during a timeout could be a bit of a Peaky Blinders impression, right? Just
Yeah.
start speaking an Irish accent, like during a timeout.
Freya did a
motivate the
Danish
troops.
accent on air today.
That was brave,
Yeah.
yes.
We were reading things in different languages,
Okay.
and we had to work out what the question and the answer was in the different language. So there was some accents attempted. Mine went German every time.
I had to do Australian, which I'm not good at.
Yeah.
I'm really not good at any accents actually.
No.
Your Scottish was pretty good.
I wasn't even aiming for Scottish, so that was cool.
That's
Great.
key,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You don't even know that you're doing
Yeah,
it.
it's just naturally
Just like
slipping.
me.
Yeah, true.
All right, gentlemen, where should we begin? I know we've begun, but where should we begin?
Well, we could start at the beginning.
At the beginning?
Yeah. at the
When he
beginning.
decided to be an in-game leader?
Yeah, exactly.
Or when he
That's-
was born? Which
no,
one of the two?
The in-game leader part.
Okay.
Yeah. How's it
Kind of
going?
like being born,
Yeah, born again.
right? It's like Neo being unplugged from the Matrix.
Yeah.
Or plugged in.
Oh, well, which has the experience been so far?
Honestly, I've enjoyed pretty much every second of it.
Okay.
From building the team to creating the playbook to playing our first series against VP. Everything's been thrilling. I don't know. I feel like winning just feels so much more rewarding
Really?
than it did before.
I guess that makes sense.
And it was already rewarding before, but now it's like, I don't know. Everything feels kind of personal for me in a way now.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine you're investing a lot more of your own individual energy into being an IGL and creating things for the team. So then, like, winning in that sense has also got to be like awesome. Like, I'm putting in all this extra effort and getting the reward.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the reason why, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we've had a bunch of conversations on boats, at weddings,
Mhm.
at dinners. So I'd never know what I spoke about in private and what I spoke about on that you said in an interview or that we, on broadcast or whatever, because it's like, the lines get blurred a little bit. And I'm like, well, what can I say? What can't I say? Or what have I said? Or what's public and whatnot? But like, how much is out there in terms of what you put in? Like, because essentially the way I understand this is the roster as it is right now, you built it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when did the conversation that you were going to in-game lead kind of kick in?
I think that happened before Pro League ended. The first season.
Okay.
I think that's when it happened.
Okay. So that's a decent lead time going into the break, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
you
huge
gotta-
lead time
You got
going
to
into
see
the
what's
break.
coming. Yeah.
So then, was that at that point you started to consider what the team would look like in the future, or was there still lots of conversations going on?
Honestly, I was already making a list of players
Shortly.
to look into. Pending whatever happened with the previous lineup. And yeah, I mean, for I guess the last 2-3 months of that lineup, I had a pretty good feeling that I was going to be in-game leading in the upcoming season.
Well, NAF was a no-brainer, but a lot of people give a lot of shit to Yakinda. Like publicly, Yakinda cops are. It's all right. I got it.
delivery.
You guys discuss.
So publicly, Yakinder caught a lot of shit, I think he was saying, during that time period, because there was an obvious downturn in his individual performance, which was pretty apparent. But I mean, as we all know, there's a lot of things that go into those bad performances other than individuals. But I guess the question he would probably be getting to is what kind of helped you keep faith in Yakinder through all that, to keep him in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, people have to realize that he has a very unique skill set. There's only a handful of players in the game that possess this kind of killer instinct, right? At least in his role specifically, that he's happy to play these roles. Players like Rain, NiKo to some extent is like an opener, Xershin, players that are just willing to constantly keep going forward no matter what. And yeah, I mean, I'm starting to learn new ways to use him. Maybe his true skill set was not really utilized from previous leaders. And now it's fun to kind of learn that with him and work with him on that. But yeah, obviously you just have to keep confidence in a player. I mean, there was a period in 2021 where Rain was not having a great time and Kerrigan kept faith in him, and look what ended up happening. He was major MVP, right? I think there's always a way for a player that had such a high ceiling in the first place to return to that ceiling, and it comes from the belief of his own teammates too.
I think some of the stuff as well from the outside was a little bit apparent that it was mental things, not like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to shoot headshots anymore or what he's doing on the map. It just felt like he was trying to force plays a little bit too much, to find impact sometimes when the team didn't need it or the situation didn't call for it. And I think we see this sometimes with different players when they hit a little bit of a slump, they overdo it to try to compensate for it, and then that doesn't help either. So sometimes it's just about having some patience, and as you said, for the team to not really lose faith in the teammates and just believe that eventually things will, fall back into place, really. I think for me, what I want to ask, I think this is something that's a little bit overblown when people talk about, like, for example, you picking up the in-game leader mantle or whatever, that, oh no, now he's going to like experience a significant drop off in performance or in impact or anything like that. Like, how do you feel about, your individual level or your play style, whatever, once you have to start in-game leading? Did you think there was ever going to be like a big difference, or it's just one more thing I add on to what I'm doing already?
Truthfully, it was like that. It was just one more thing that I add on to what I'm doing. I was already very vocal in the other iteration, mid-round calling, putting myself in positions to micromanage. So it was actually very natural to take it on. Sometimes there's it's more happens in practice where, could be having a tiring day or people just not talking as much as they usually do, and you have to micromanage more. And sometimes I can take focus away from the individual play. But in practice, I don't really care. I'm just happy in matches. My teammates, all my teammates have the killer instinct to go for it, to talk, to have really good comms. And obviously it makes my life a lot easier when people are putting my plan into play and I'm able to focus on myself at the same time.
You had to chew anyone out yet?
I mean, not really. I mean, we kind of had like a small wake-up call in the NA qualifier. Just team
For that opening round,
team was
right?
having a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people kind of tired, grumpy.
Bit of jet lag in there, I'm sure, too.
I mean, it's natural. I mean, people are waking up at 7 a.m. and now they play a match at like
You were
9
playing
p.m., so
online as well. Was everyone in different places, or were you guys at the Liquid?
we're all at the facility.
Okay.
Yeah. But then it's just kind of just like, guys, like, we're here, we're qualifying, not wasting our fucking time to just come here and not qualify and go back home. So let's get this shit done, right?
Yeah, like a business transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
you
now,
got the shit done.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you said, I saw you the other day in the gym, and you were talking about the qualification, and you were saying how stacked the event is for Rio.
Yeah, I believe it has like 15 of the top 16 teams or something. Only Spirit is missing.
And they turned it down.
Yeah, and they turn it down, right? So ending up to be quite the event for the year.
And that'll have good implications on the rankings, I assume,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, next year with all that stuff changing, that's going to be interesting. We had Graham on the couch only shortly just the other day.
Yeah, we got to
Didn't
get a longer
get
combo with him at some point.
for sure.
Yep.
For sure. So, yeah, you got Rio coming up. Obviously, you got the RMRs after that. Do you...
Wait, Blast Finals first.
Yeah, Blast Finals.
Oh,
That's after
shit,
this.
Yeah. Wait, straight after this?
No, we go fall finals. Yeah, fall finals
Yeah.
and then
Do you have a-
Rio and then world final and then major.
Is there a week off before fall finals? Or is
No.
it straight there?
No, it's straight in.
Oh.
And then straight from there to Rio.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 weeks off
Yeah,
For the
between
RMR,
world-
yeah.
Wait, is
between
it-
the world finals.
Oh,
The major
Jesus.
is the very last event of the year.
Yeah, but I thought there was 2 weeks after Pro League before
No,
No.
week.
Rio.
Yes, but in between is fall finals, Blast.
But that's only a
No,
week.
there's 2 weeks off between now and Rio. So there's Blast finals and then a week off and then Rio, I think, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
No, I think it might be back to.
no.
Mm.
It's back to. It's
How?
Like,
Maybe
there's
there's
not
like
a.
a two-day gap. Maybe.
Well, because you.
Of the travel time?
Yeah, because there's a week in between.
But they travel on the Monday home from
Yeah.
Blast, and then they leave on the Friday or the
Yes.
Saturday to go to
Yeah,
Rio.
exactly.
there's
So
like
you really
only-
only have like 2-3 day
Dude,
gap.
fuck that flight. I'm so not looking forward to that flight. For fuck's sake.
To Rio?
Yes, it's so far. As someone who lives in a place that's far away, it's that place. You don't think it's far away because you think, oh yeah, America's just there. America's not that far away.
On the other side of the world.
So fucking.
Well, also,
Yeah.
Brazil's huge.
It's the same
Brazil's
thing as
huge.
if you were flying to LA.
No,
It's more.
it's more.
It's 11 hours.
What?
I think it's like 14. No, it's like 13.
Yeah,
No,
like
no.
what he said.
No.
Are you
From
drunk?
Europe, from like Frankfurt.
Okay, from Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where I'm flying from.
Frankfurt,
Yeah.
probably.
I don't know.
14
but-
I mean, yeah, it depends because most direct flights are from Amsterdam and Munich to
Yeah.
Brazil.
I look. All I know is
I think you're flying from Rome.
imagine.
Alitalia.
Fuck, man. I hope I've upgraded a business, but I don't even know what airline I'm with.
I mean, at least you have it.
You just,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you, dude?
I don't know. There's
doesn't
lots of
care,
actually.
Jason.
There's
You
lots
gotta
of things
stop
wrong
with
with me.
this shit.
Where do you want to
You
start,
gotta
Jason?
Stop with
It's
this
not-
shit.
Where should we start? We got all night, huh? Let's fucking get into it, shall we?
But yeah, do you how involved are you as team captain in terms of like, oh, we were going to be playing this tournament, not playing that tournament, or is that mostly left to Joka and the coach, right? Mostly thinking about next year, not necessarily this year.
It usually is the organization, I would say. Sometimes there is differences in terms of keeping track of travel, making sure that you're in good form for specific tournaments because you value one more than the other, and so on. Previously in FaZe, it was more of like the org is like, yeah, you guys choose where you're gonna go.
FaZe
you go do it, right?
Pretty hands off.
Yeah. But Liquid is like I mean, it's understandable, right? They really take care of their partnerships and what they do. So at the end of the day, like I respect it, and at least Victor is very transparent with me as to why it's been chosen. And when he gives me a reason for it, I'm just like, I respect it. At least I've been told why.
Yeah. That makes sense. I guess the thing with next year is some of these TOs are doing incentive-based structures. We don't know what ESL are doing yet. They haven't put it out. So whatever we may have heard, it could change. I stopped getting the details to these things a while ago. So I'm not sure what ESL are going to be offering, but PGL are offering a shitload of prize money, right? They're offering 1.25 million per event. Blast are doing the frequent flyer program. We don't know what StarLadder are going to do, but they're only going to have a few events, right? ESL is the other main player. So let's assume that ESL, because when all this stuff got announced, I think Uli said at the time that there would be rev share, right?
Yeah.
And this was a while ago now.
Yeah.
So if we operate under that assumption that there's going to be rev share, then maybe the prize money won't be as high as a PGL. So is that the type of thing where, like, I guess it would be more incentivized for a team, for an org,
to want
to go to a rev share event or a frequent flyer event than a prize money event?
The thing is just like maybe it's not public, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe all these TOs have a revenue share.
Even PGL?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's
Damn.
like an appearance fee and this type of stuff. I'm like 99% sure.
That's crazy. So they have huge prize money and an appearance fee?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think it's just important that, the top teams are actually in communication about where to go, because I think there could be a problem in the scene if some team is playing some like unusual tier 2, tier 3 team in a semifinal of like a LAN event because they're the only tier 1 team who went to the event, right?
Yeah.
I think it could be a bit of a problem. So I mean the top teams for sure always want to be at the tournaments where they can play each other. That is where the fun is at. That's the game.
Couldn't there be
and the hardest points.
Yeah, but couldn't there be like another conversation where like if the top teams were talking to each other, it could be, okay, so like let's have Liquid, Mouse, FaZe, and I don't know, Vitality. We're going to go to this event, right? And then next week there's a new event. And then the other top teams like Na'Vi, and they all go, okay, so we'll go to this event. And then that way.
No, come on. That sounds kind of shady as well.
I know.
I mean,
like,
it could be shady,
I know it does.
It's just, I think it's, you know what I'm saying, right? Like,
I know,
things
but
could get really skewed if this doesn't happen.
But that's the
It's
game now.
It is a game.
Right? Like that's not, now you say, let's say you have Kato, then there's a week off, then there's this Buenos Aires tournament, and then after that it's maybe Pro League or the Blast tournament, right? So are you gonna fly, especially you guys, if you're NA, or an NA team, you have to fly to Europe and maybe go back or stay in Europe and boot camp for a week, then go to Argentina, then from there go home for a week, then go back to Europe, right? Like in your head, listen, we better just skip this one tournament, stay in Europe, then have some time home, and then go back to the grind, right? But okay, you're not going there. Maybe Vitality will go there. Maybe G2 will go there.
Someone's going to show up.
Yeah, someone's going to show up. And I think definitely some teams will also think about, okay, this is probably going to be skipped by a couple of teams. Let's just put our head down
and win it
and go and win it, but attend at first, like commit to going there and being, not hating the fact that we're going there, right?
Sure.
Making the trip, like let's all make sure like we are doing this, we want this, and to perform at the tournament, to do our best to win it, right? Because I think those little because that everyone will want to play Cologne, everyone will want to play Katowice, right? A couple of these like big tournaments tournaments that are in cool spots, probably like whatever Blast organizes might be something also cool. So you're not worrying about that one, but I think it's some of these ones, like maybe, if there's a Rio next year and Buenos Aires or the Chengdu event, like this is where you will see some teams start to sort of pick and choose, right? And sure, if you're number 1 or number 2 or number 3, I'm not, depending on how
top
big
10
the gap
probably,
gap is. No, I mean, you can afford to skip that one.
Yeah.
Because if number 50 in the world now wins the tournament, they'll get like a decent chunk of points, but not to go number 1.
But isn't it ELO versus ELO?
It is. It's win versus win with the Valve ranking, right? Head-to-head matchups.
Yeah.
And so on. So it is a bit more on the line.
But is it only prize money?
It's not.
No,
it's not prize
there's
money.
tons of different. There's a bunch of different.
Yeah, but I was gonna say only prize money in relation to the teams that you beat. How much did they win, or just overall prize money plays some role?
I think
as
the
well?
overall prize money incentivizes teams, but it is the ELO that has the biggest impact.
Winning head-to-head matches is weighed more than prize money.
Yeah.
I've been told that the prize money caps out though.
Yes,
Okay.
So there is a limit. You can't just go farm some shit, right?
which must be the 1.25.
I think it's
Well, yeah,
lower.
they
I think
lower?
it's lower.
They
Yeah, because 1.25, like you have to think next year that could be hit pretty fast by a team, and that's pretty high. That's
are you thinking prize money or how much a team?
I was thinking how much was at an event to earn.
No, he thinks how much a team
no.
wins.
Overall.
A team
Oh.
wins. How much a team wins
Yeah,
is
basically.
yeah.
That affects the Valve ranking.
Ah.
Because the Valve ranking, there is prize money involved in the Valve ranking, right? So it does cap out at a certain limit, I've been told.
So it doesn't impact the ranking
Okay.
too much.
So you
right?
can't just farm every event and
That has
earn
the big
all.
prize money,
I
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
exactly. So
Okay.
Valve did think that through.
Okay.
One thing that I wish that the TOs could have done better, and I hope that they do in the future, is like kind of talk about
Oh, good
who
luck.
is hosting what event in
Where?
location.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
if they're going to host an event in the same location, put it in the following weeks.
Yes.
Put it together so there can be like a South America's tour.
It's like tennis, like a swing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
American
not going to
tour.
happen.
No, but it would be
That's not gonna
so
happen.
much better
I know.
for CS, right?
Yep.
Because it's a bit of a joke.
I won't
sometimes.
forget. I think it was when I was coaching MIBR at the end of 2018, right? It was Europe, North America, South, something like that. I think Astralis had to go to 3 continents in 3 weeks. Well, you guys probably as well. You were on Liquid at the time,
Yeah.
so you were playing every single thing as well. It was ECS finals, which were in LA, I think, right? It was
Okay.
Pro League finals, which were in Odense, and there was one more tournament. I think it was one of those, like in the Middle East or something, that started popping up at that time. Maybe it was something like, I think it was. Maybe it was 2019 and it was Bahrain, like for the
Could have
World
been.
Final, something like that, right? But you're looking at this and thinking, this is kind of nuts,
Yeah.
to go like at the end of the year as well after all the travel. But unfortunately, it's going to be more like that.
You'd think it's just smarter for the TOs though, because now you have people or teams that would contemplate skipping your event just because it's in a different continent at the wrong date,
Yes.
pretty much. And now it's bad for your event because my team or someone else's team doesn't want to go there anymore.
I know, but it's tough because all these, they're all competing against each other, the TOs, right? So then you would be like, okay, let's make a sort of an agreement so it's better. But you don't really want to do that because you want to put them out of business in the long run.
Or also,
kinda.
depending on the.
Is it really like that? Because the last time a competition between events and TOs actually trying to make each other better was Blast and ESL back in 2017, 2018.
Mm.
And that's when hospitality actually increased quite a bit at events.
Well, that was because of E-League.
E-League really
Yeah,
upped,
yeah.
upped
E-League
everything
stepped the
too.
game, yep.
But that hasn't happened in a while because every tournament has what separate things to offer. Like everyone knows ESL offers the best hospitality.
You say everybody. From a player perspective, yes. Publicly, people don't know that.
Oh, okay, well now they're gonna know ESL
Yeah.
offers really
Yeah,
good
but-
hospitality, right?
Yeah, we reached the entire public. We got it.
It's not PGL's strong suit, and at Blast it's kind of
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see like the different priorities too, because PGL's been out of the game for years, so they haven't had to like have that hospitality be a massive issue because they haven't been running tons of events over and over, right?
next year will be the test.
Next year will be a test.
And they did the
next year-
majors, which is like no one's gonna
No one's going to
Question.
complain
Yeah.
about it. They're gonna be there no matter
Just have
what,
to
you
be
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because I think you're kind of right in a way where it probably would help TOs in certain respects, but I think also if from their perspective too, when they judge an event, there's so many other metrics. Like, do they really want to try and put an event so close by in a region when they think like maybe the audience is going to be tired and doesn't want to come out to the event? You know, because there was Counter-Strike just there a week ago.
Well, I think there's a difference between selling multiple events in, say, Sao Paulo versus if Blast had one in Mexico and ESL had one in Brazil and then PGO had one in Argentina.
Yeah.
That's different, right? Because we're servicing the same region, but different markets.
Yeah.
I don't imagine somebody from Argentina, maybe that's wrong. I don't imagine a big group of people from Argentina are going to Brazil to watch the Counter-Strike, right? It'd
Probably
be
not a
many
big group
people
of
from
Brazilians
Brazil,
going to Argentina either.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Unless it's a football game.
Unless it's a football game.
but so like from that perspective, with it being a swing, that makes sense, right? And if we could break the year up, then we could also have you guys based in these regions for longer, and the top teams would be there and get to be involved in the
Those
scenes.
will build your region.
Yeah.
That was my sell of the fucking NA swing. Get all the teams back at Pro League for like 3 weeks out of the
An event in Canada.
Opposite might happen, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's all
people-
gone. It's all
The
gone.
major is so close to Dallas. There's another NA event maybe before Dallas, so it's just
Well,
like
there's the Austin Major
That's after.
that's after.
after
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then-
Majors
oh
are
no,
at
that
the
was
end.
like the Kazakhstan event is
Yeah.
before Dallas.
That's right.
So now you have people who are like, well, we're gonna be in America anyway. Let's just go bang out this Kazakhstan event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
Now
in
they're
Europe.
not gonna want to go to Dallas.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna have teams who want to be in Dallas because it's like, oh, we're right next to the major anyway. That
Mm.
you go, but you sacrifice practice, right?
So, like, how much thought for this next year have you put into it so far? Have you? I guess you guys
That is-
exactly right. So, is there like a meeting, like point that you guys go, okay, so we get to, I don't know, we're already in fucking end of September or mid September right now.
Isn't there a deadline on when you can accept events?
Well, that's not out yet.
That's
I
not
don't think.
out.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
out.
okay.
That's
Which is
I don't
kind of
think
problematic.
I don't think orgs even know about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like published to do with the date of which they have to release the invites, right? Because first of all, you need to work out at what point of the ranking. Okay, we cut the ranking off now, and that
Yeah.
means invites for this event, and then a couple weeks later we cut the ranking off now, invites for that event. That's not out there yet, I don't think.
I think you're gonna see like after the major.
Oh, that sucks. That's a short time frame.
Yeah, but in some way,
Look
like,
up, Yanko. Okay.
in some way, it's for the best, right? If you want the most accurate invites for the next year, I
You're
think
right.
some invites are already kind of established. I think maybe.
Okay.
I mean, Katowice is always
Yeah.
there. I don't even know if it's announced.
I don't.
If it's not
Yeah.
announced, then it's probably. I mean,
Well,
everyone knows
the date's there. It's definitely going to be Katowice.
Yeah.
I can say that
Same
with fair
same time
certainty.
frame. Yeah.
but
I-
isn't like the upcoming season? Isn't it less open than before? I mean, it's just using the Valve ranking, which
In terms of open circuit versus closed circuit. Like, is that
yeah,
what
it's
you mean?
going to be less open. No, because it's.
I
just
mean, I
every-
think it's one of those things where we have to kind of wait and see in practice. It feels
there's no
just
time
by reading it and
qualifiers.
looking at it. Yeah.
There are no
time
qualifiers.
for qualifiers.
There essentially are no qualifiers.
It's just not,
And we're starting to like, now that we've had some time with it, I think a lot more people are being more vocal about the fact that it seems like it's going to get really hard for like tier 3 and 2 teams to get points in the
Yeah,
Elos.
moving up and down.
is going to be really difficult.
How that's the tough part.
Especially if,
think
like you said, the
yeah.
top teams are all like, let's go to these same events and make sure we're all at the same, which makes sense because you want to compete with the best. But that's not going to leave a lot of space for those other teams coming up.
Well, it will, because the events
still
that
have
they skip,
CCTs.
the smaller teams go to.
Yeah, but you have to beat the better teams to get there. So if all the top teams are at one event, you have less opportunities as a tier 2 team to be able to
True.
actually gain that elo, right?
True. Yeah, I just having a look at the calendar right now. So the first event of next year is the Blast Bounty.
Yeah.
Then it'll be, by the looks of things,
It's online for the most part.
yeah. Then it'll be Katowice, then the Buenos Aires event, then there's the Sky Esports event, then there's
in CS.
ESL March.
This is week to week to week to week, by the way.
Yeah. Then
There's no weeks. There's not a single weekend without something going on.
No, there's
Like
always non-stop of action.
Yeah, it's
Blast
wild.
Open Lisbon. Then there's the PGO Bucharest, which I think will be a studio event. I think.
I would
They
assume
did say
so.
a couple of them are going to be studio.
Yep.
That was in the announcement.
Then Yala Compass, then ESL April, then Blast Rivals, then PGL Astana, which was the Kazakhstan event, then ESL May, then another Sky Esports, then a Star Ladder event, then the major.
Fun.
That's the first 6 months of the year. So
So dumb.
But just like off the top of your head,
I mean, for me, it honestly sounds fun. Obviously,
Sounds
like,
fun? Okay.
Other teams are gonna have maybe opinions, but like, it's gonna be
Yeah.
more CS than ever. I love playing CS, so
I wanted to ask you, like, do you think, is it's a viable approach to just be like, listen, we're just going to practice less and just use, some of these things, like some of these, not use tournaments as practice, but let's just get more reps in officials, right? Like, let's go to these tournaments as long as we don't burn ourselves to death with the travel. But, let's just accept that we're going to have to do a little bit more things on the fly and make changes on the fly. and we're better off playing this than sitting for a week at home just practicing.
I mean, it will be like that. I mean, tournaments in the past have been used like that. You know, on FaZe we played Thunderpig, this Rubat as a warm up to an event, test some of the things from the playbook, and kind of use it as practice. And if you lose, you lose. Like, it doesn't, like, fuck it. You go and prove yourself at the next event, which really matters, right?
I remember we played Rubat before Cologne, and you were picking overpass a ton.
Yeah.
I think you lost in the final or something. It doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
big.
Yeah, but then went to Cologne and won Cologne. So #worth.
#worth.
So, with that in mind, right? Do you only because I understand what you're saying, use some events as practice just so you can be there, but you don't need to be at every event. Is the goal just to make sure that you qualify for the major? Like, what would the goal of the season be? Like, how many events do you want to attend?
I mean, Valve hasn't really announced how you get to the major, no?
I assume
is
it'll be
no-
based off the rankings.
Yeah, right. And if you're going to look at their other approaches in games, so using Dota, then it's like a gradual build-up from big events in the year that give you the most points and matter. And
Sure.
some people can already be qualified for the major way earlier than others. I'm assuming that's how it's going to be. So skipping events might become viable when you've already accomplished
Enough
a certain
points.
goal.
But how do you because my impression is that the invites are going to be based off your ranking at the cutoff point, the deadline, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like I reach this number and then I'm good, I've qualified.
Oh.
Personally, I feel like whatever's public right now, like, I don't even know. I don't think anyone knows how it's going to work next year. I don't think what we have right now is what it's going to be.
You think there'll be changes
I think
still?
RMRs are gone. I think other things are gone.
Right.
I feel like Valve is announcing some.
You think RMRs are gone?
Yeah, I personally think RMRs.
Okay.
are gone.
I have
no
they
problems
think
with
the same.
RMRs.
I have a thing that I can't say now. Just remind me when we're done, and I'll
Okay.
say it when we're done.
I like
I
that.
can't say it now.
Get fucked, viewers.
I can't say it now. I'll say it when we're done. Someone remind me. You over there, sidekick.
Yeah,
remind me.
Make a note.
Thanks.
Right.
What was I gonna say? The reason I was kind of asking about like deadlines of knowing like when you can accept an invite or like when you're going to an event is like what happens, because again, my impression is it's the rankings at the point they decide to send out the invites for the major. Like it's not a level you hit. So in that sense, it's gonna, if you have to accept events too early, if you're getting down to like that deadline point and you're like 20 points off of getting a major spot.
Well, how early do you think an invite for an event or the major should be sent out before said event? I think a month.
Didn't they put that out recently? Like,
There was something to do with it, but I think it was opening up the time frame because
Okay.
Graham was upset because it was going to be difficult for teams to get visas and all that.
yeah,
type of
120
stuff.
days was it, or maybe less than 60?
Felt like a lot.
I
Like
don't know.
the window was short, and then he says like another window is
90
very
days.
large. But it's like I wouldn't want a team to be invited for an event in April, in January.
No, but
Yeah.
that's how it is now, right?
Yes, I know, but I don't think that's good.
Because that's the problem
I mean,
with
plenty of
you.
things can change.
You would have to accept tournaments before the cutoff point would be that are after the cutoff point. Like that's the tricky part. Like if you're saying, team is thinking once we are locked in to be directly at the major, then
Or
we
do you
cannot
want
go
to
for a
attend
couple
more
of
events?
tournaments. But by the time that happens, you already had to say yes or no to tournaments. So you sort of have to
So you're locked in.
risk it a little bit or not and
Mm.
approach it. I think all this stuff is going to be tricky and up to the teams to kind of.
I'm so interested in the strategy that the teams go for. That's what I'm interested about because everyone's going to have a different strategy.
How do you have Spirit will
There's
skip
gonna be a
events?
strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already doing it, but I mean, obviously, visas for them are a bit different, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird the lack of events Spirit attends or shows up to.
Doing the old
Um,
Astralis strategy.
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
But it's working for them, right? When they're usually producing results at the tournaments they do go to.
Other than Cologne.
Other than
Cologne.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But
That was an odd event.
I think that's
Yeah.
something that's a little bit underrated when people talk about who's going to be a best player in the world. In that sense, Donk has half the maps of Monacy on LAN, like
good
S
point.
tier LAN, which is, I'm not saying it just like it's over a
But there's
bigger
also one
sample
more-
size.
There's also
It's-
one more events though.
Yeah. No, I think for my money, he's still in the lead for number one, even with the map disparity and whatnot. But it's just something that no one really mentions when they talk about that stuff, right? Zaiwu is in between Monacy and Donk, so yeah, that's why it sucks. That's why we hated it when they didn't play like Pro League and Chengdu, right?
Yeah.
Probably they didn't qualify for because they did the roster changes and the stuff went out so early that they weren't high enough in the rankings.
Yeah, but you know, because they just won Katowice, and you're like, okay, can these guys keep it up? How is it going to look like?
And you don't see them
And
for
then
the
they
next
missed
few
like 3
months.
events.
Yeah, they're like the #1 team in the world at the time, and they haven't played in a month and a half. Like that almost never happens with how crazy the schedule is.
Who is the best player in the world?
It's tough to say. I feel like Monacy is more of a problem to play against
Yeah.
in Zaiwu.
Mm.
I would say they have like bigger impact on the game. Donk is just. I mean, I've played him in practice many times. I think he's very good.
Mm.
I don't know. He must be preserving energy in like practice or something because he just goes to an events and he just like fucks people. And in practice, I'm kind of like
Just an average player.
He's just chilling, which means he must have a practice point, right? He must be like focusing on something or trying to do something new. I don't know. I don't really have a best player.
I imagine you're not afraid of anybody in the server.
No.
No.
At the end of the day, it's a team game.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just.
I just meant because you're really good. I didn't.
Yeah, that as well. I think for me is, I guess maybe a little bit about the whole, because I rated Mither high as a coach, and I was kind of expecting a little bit more maybe in Apex with him there to an extent, but you know, also with the players that you have, you can only do so much, and who knows what the relationships are within the team and whatnot. But it looked like a great pickup for you guys, but also maybe a little bit surprising that you were changing coaches anyway. So where did like that sort of come from? Like Zeus being replaced or whatever.
It's more so that when I knew I was becoming captain, I wanted to work with a coach that I feel like is going to. I mean, I have to word this carefully, right? I don't. There's nothing wrong with the Zeus.
I just want a fresh
nothing-
start, you know, maybe.
I mean, it was pretty much like that. Just
Yeah.
a fresh start. I
Yeah.
wanted to wipe the slate clean and start with the people that I, feel like is gonna make it work here. And yeah, I mean, when I talked to Mither, my first call with him was 3.5 hours long.
Holy
Never
shit.
talked to him before.
Holy God.
First time talking to him, and it was, I don't know, amazing.
3.5 hours.
And we barely disagreed on anything. It
Jeez.
just felt like a huge, I don't know, like it was a match pretty fast.
But you're very like. It doesn't seem face value with the stuff that you want to talk about. Like, you're a very mature young man. Like, what are you, 25, 24?
24.
Yeah, so you're a young man. You
It's so fucking crazy. I always forget that you fucking joined Liquid at like 17. You were 17 at the PGL Krakow major qualifier.
Yes,
damn.
that's true.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah,
That's so mental to me.
yeah. And to think where that time's gone, Jason,
no.
we'll never get it
It's
back.
disappeared into esports.
But like you're so like set in the ways that and this doesn't mean like you're stubborn or anything, but you have a clear vision of like the things that you want and what you're looking for with these type of conversations and everything like that. Like, is this coming from past influences, or this is just the way that you see the game and the world?
It's also, I mean, it's the way I see things, the game and personalities or whatever. But obviously, from experience, you learn a lot of what you don't want. You learn a lot of what
True.
you want, what you need, certain aspects in the team. And yeah, I just picked, obviously, talking to people in the roster process, learning personalities. When I talked to Ultimate for the first time, I was like, okay, he's kind of shy.
How long was that call?
30 minutes.
Okay.
Shit.
Wow.
Oh, it took
Yeah.
30 minutes to know he was the right one.
Yeah.
30 minutes, and he was just shy. But then he started giving really confident, like, shy answers. Like, there was something, like, under the hood, but wasn't being, like, really shown. And that's when I knew. I was like, yeah, this is my guy.
What did you see in his gameplay?
Yeah,
that,
Jason wants to know what face of
I've
demos
been
you watched.
very, yeah. Actually, no, I wanted to do like content at EPL and sit with you and watch one of his FACEIT demos so you could be like, I saw this round and look at what he does here. But like, what was it in the FACEIT demos as like an actual player in the game that you were like, those are the qualities I look for? Like, that's a cool opera that's going to have impacts.
His map awareness, his timings, when to target areas, when not to look at areas, when he knew things were clear just from info or nades on the map. Clearing angles. He was just, his clutching, his utility. Like, when there's a lot of people that just don't know how to use utility in the right times, or, you know,
Yeah.
when does it make sense to just right hand a random fucking smoke And I feel like I saw that with him instantly, and that's a important trait to have as like as an opper,
Yeah.
to use everything in your power to create space for yourself. And yeah, I saw that. I mean, I watched a lot of demos, like probably 20 face of demos. And
Holy
then
shit. Okay.
I
fucking-
watched all of his officials from the first time I heard his name. So officials on top of demos. And then
Did you watch his demos from the Pasha Esports School?
I did not. I didn't even know he was in that until Steve told me he was in that. Yeah.
To be honest, it's kind of stupid, like that. This guy comes out of nowhere. Pretty much, you pick him up out of nowhere. And for me, we were talking about this at dinner. I said, with the way he's played at Cologne, right? If that's the level we can expect from him, more or less, right? I'm not saying that's his peak or anything, but I think he is. And this only depends on
Here we
where
go.
do you put Zaivu.
Here we go.
But he's the most impactful opera right now behind Mones.
wow.
And Zaivu, if you can't Zaivu, because like, you know, how much does
Zaiwu
he...
today on Dust 2?
He's...
Zaiwu
I
fans?
didn't watch that. I was like...
Okay.
today.
Proceeding these games
He was
today.
very
That's, yeah,
fast.
'cause
Yeah, I'll put...
He was
I'll
very
put,
fast today.
I'll put, you know, behind Monesi and Zaiwu. The point isn't focusing on the two in front of him. It's focusing who I put behind him.
All right.
Chad, I put him in front
But
of Shiro. I
I
put him
just
in
wanna
front of
say-
Brokey.
I just wanna
put him in
say-
front. I would say that he is up there with like, I think they're similar as well, a little bit, him and Torji. Like, that.
Okay.
That's kind of in the pool that I put him in above a lot of other guys for someone who's only played like 2 tournaments, but all this, some of the stuff that you were talking about, just like understanding the space where there's space to be taken and finding openings and just being a nuisance, being at different spots on the map at different times. It's always like, as a coach, when you're watching a team, it's always when you see an opera and you can't really say much to the team in terms of prep. Like, yeah, you can expect this guy to do it
Everywhere,
You know,
yeah.
like he's very mobile. Okay, maybe like he is, yeah, a little bit more aggressive, and maybe you can expect him to re-peak sometimes, but that's not something that you know, can go deep into. Like, it's just like, yeah, this guy is good, and we just have to sort of deal with it and play around it. There's not much to counter to anti-strat to do anything about it.
I think
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's true. I mean, if you were to ask him, he would be like, yeah, he's in the top list of top hoppers, for sure. But honestly, he's a very hardworking guy. I mean, he's watching demos all the time. I feel like he's fitting in more and more with the team every day. And yeah, he asks a lot of questions. He's very eager to kind of just learn and how to position himself better, how to be more of a problem for other teams. Yeah, only positive things to say about
I want to ask you a little bit about some of this stuff that's not related to on the server performance, right? Because it's his first time on a tier 1 team, tier 1 org, going to all these events, dealing with shit like media days and SSD setups, like
having to talk to us.
you know, because you obviously don't remember it. It's been 15 years since you did it when you were 6 years old. But, you know, for someone like him, like, how's that experience been? How's he getting adjusted to all that stuff?
I think it's normal. I've told him in the past, like, any interviews you don't want to do, like, I'll do them for you. Anything in general you don't want to do.
We should
Like,
try
I'll
and make him do an
I'll fight-
interview
yeah.
now.
Now we're going
And you're gonna end up
What's he
getting
doing right
me
now?
instead.
Let's get him on the podcast.
Nice one.
But yeah, I think it's very normal for him, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't feel like he's like really fazed by it in any way. From when Blast Media started, at the fall groups, I didn't notice anything different. I don't know. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do it. And I would ask him about the interview. It was kind of good.
Okay.
So it was just, you know, like, he doesn't, I don't know.
No, sure.
Yeah,
I
it's-
have the general feeling that I know he belongs and he himself knows that he belongs.
That's cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
I think another thing for me is I was really impressed with how solid the foundations seem to be for your game already. I mean, okay, Blast, it's like the first turn, you know, whatever. But then you come to Cologne and you guys, like, over multiple maps against good oppositions. I mean, yeah, you even beat Navi 2 times at Blast. Just whenever I watch you guys play T-side, right, there's always like, it's always thought out what you're doing. There's never something that it's like, oh, they don't know what they look, you never look lost on a map. I guess that's the best way to put it. And then also on the CT side, sure, it's a little bit more individual based, but there's also, you know, reactions, there's clear things that you want to do on a map. So how were you able to put all that together in such a short time span and with 2 new additions.
I mean, it's also having very experienced players. I think people underestimate and underappreciate how smart Yekender is as a player. He's influential in helping a player like Ultimate kind of learn specific timings and so on when sharing areas of a map or whatever. For instance, playing Nuke outside on CD side together. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of like, learning things very fast together. I mean, we had 2 weeks of practice before Blast and we played a lot of scrims. So it's like, when a team does this, we have to do this. If they do this and then do this, then we have to do this. And those kind of things just kept on building very fast. But it's easy when, a player like Ultimate comes in. I feel like I don't really have to teach him much. Like no one really felt like they have to show him anything. And that's how it's supposed to be. I want to have this young, confident Opera come into my team and just play his way of CS. And if it's not going good, then we're going to help him. If it's going good, then I'm not going to say anything. Even if it's going average, I'm not going to really say anything. I have to let him develop and grow before
and build confidence.
Exactly.
We've seen that too many times, haven't we? Orpa's come in and then just they get crushed. Stop over peaking, because they're giving away opening jewels. That's the worst thing you can do to an Orpa, especially an Orpa that you want to be finding your opening picks or being explosive or taking risks. Like an Orpa has to take risks.
Yeah.
It's kind of part of the fucking job.
And players in general just have to take risks.
True.
That's the game.
Yeah.
There's no risk, no reward.
Yeah.
Like you have to go for it.
Yeah.
That happens to players, of all kinds. I mean, any new player coming into an established team has that issue, right? Trying to fit in, trying to make the right play, trying to fit into the protocols, feeling like you're getting bitched at for everything.
I mean, Brocky was kind of similar in that sense that he didn't give a fuck, which I guess you can imagine with Brocky, right? Like, it was really impressive. I was impressed by his communication. Or someone who never played on a almost team of any kind, really, how much he was talking, how good his comms were. But I think it's a little bit also just personality, right? You need to have that confidence in your abilities. And of course, you're coming into this environment where there's a lot of experienced players and going up against these teams. And there's something for you to learn, sure, but you need to believe in yourself, like not second guess yourself and trust your instincts, because if you don't do that, that's a killer for any player.
How's my boy Justin doing? Do I need to say anything to him?
He's doing great. I mean, honestly, I could say that he's probably the hardest working player on the team.
He fucking better be. I raised him right.
You trained him well.
I raised him right.
He really is. Like from the day our boot camp started to Blast to Cologne, I sit next to him, so I'm always seeing what he's doing. He's asking a lot of questions. We're watching demos together. I feel like I'm always seeing him do something.
See, this isn't like, this isn't parent-teacher night and, I'm not here. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, that's the thing with Justin. Even when he wasn't playing and all he had to do was come on TeamSpeak and play Face It with me, which is a miserable experience, I can imagine. He was begging to get on a team. That he would be watching demos and going over stuff every day because he's waiting for that opportunity to get back in the server, right? And I think there was so much talk about it after the G2 thing about, why is he not accepting these offers? He could have gone to Bleed. He could have, because I think Kassad spoke about that. But I think the thing is for Justin, and a lot of people have a hard time being able to relate to this. You are someone who can relate to this. But when you've transplanted your life, not your hair, to the other side of the world, right? That's what I'm wearing a hat, guys.
This is good, yeah.
Yeah, you like that? You like that? Yeah. When you've moved essentially your entire life onto the other side of the globe to do something, there's the choice is like, I'm either going to do this and it's going to be great, or I'm just going to fuck off and go back to where I came from, right? There's no, I want to be here in an average team and be miserable because you're playing shitty tier 2 online Counter-Strike all the time and you're not really going anywhere, or wait for a good opportunity. If the opportunity doesn't come, I think he was more than ready to be like, well, I guess it was a good run. I won two Katowices and a Cologne. It was a good run.
Great career.
Yeah, but he kept, his head down. What else was he going to do? So I think it's good to hear that he's trying. He's out there trying.
You're proud, aren't you?
He's trying.
He's doing more than trying. I mean, his performance today.
He played well
today.
He's
doing it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I feel like people in the community underestimate the importance of putting the right people together. The social aspect of CS is huge. I mean, the teams that you see actually win are the ones that have good social I mean, have to have a good social aspect
yeah,
to their
yeah.
game, right? To their team.
Yeah, look at complexity. They can't win anything, and they all hate each other. Don't know if they do hate each other. That was a joke.
Disclaimer.
Just joking.
Like on FaZe, I'm not surprised that we won what we did. I mean, the work ethic was there from everyone,
Yeah.
and like
Felt like you guys
the
had
fucking-
fun.
We were the fucking boys.
Yeah.
Literally, just a group that people that just love to be together.
Yeah.
And this team, I have that exact same feeling again, where it's like people genuinely just want to be in that practice room together. They want to go get food together. They want to, go jump in the pool together.
And that makes the
Um,
crazy schedule so much easier.
Yeah, when you're
Crazy.
not.
I
I feel like you got
with each
people
other.
you
Just
want to hang
right.
out with.
Th-
Yeah.
These are the people you spend like the most time in your life with. No
Yes.
joke. Like you
Yeah.
spend more time with your teammates than with your wife because that's how much you travel and like do all this shit. It was same for us in 16, 17, whenever. Like you spend more time with your colleagues on the road, and that's why it's so important that you do get along, that you're able to function on a high level, because otherwise you'll just be too miserable. Because we're all in a great fucking situation. It's a privilege what we get to do, but you're missing a lot as well by doing this, right? You're away from your people back home, from your family, whoever. Like you're missing birthdays, this, that, whatever, all these events, so you can focus, because this has a expiration date on it, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't be playing CS forever and all this stuff. So being able to not have a miserable time while you're doing
quite
it,
important,
it's quite important, and helps the results as well.
For sure. Is that why that I think is why Janko was a big Robban supporter.
Yeah.
Because of what it brought to the FaZe roster, right? Like it felt like he was either, I don't want to say the dad.
I mean,
But-
it is like that.
For some guys, he's the dad. For some guys, he's the he's
The
whatever.
weird
he's
uncle.
the bro, and that's like the coach, right?
Yeah.
The coach is whatever you kind of,
Yeah.
whatever he is to you.
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
much, right?
What's
Um,
method are you?
I mean, I looked for someone that had like a father figure vibe.
And that's
I
why we
want to-
like the hat.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to wear a hat like that.
valued maturity, and he has tons of life experience, and he's adventurous and funny. He can be the fucking 19-year-old kid if he wants to be. And it's important that you have someone like that is on the same page as you to create a team culture. And Robban definitely did that for FaZe.
Yeah, because also people underestimate really that aspect that you were just talking about, the relationships and the vibes within the team. Because when you have an in-game leader like Kerrigan, you don't need a
The
blade
strategic side.
with
yeah.
Kerrigan, right? Like Kerrigan has his own way. He sees the game, like, and wants to call and wants to lead, and he knows how to do that. Like, you're not going to have CS related issues with Kerrigan as your in-game, for the most part. Obviously, he needs help from teammates within the lineup and coached with the workload, but not with, we need to do this when they do that, right? He'll see those things. So you need someone like Robban who's gonna get all the guys to be performing like at their highest, that want to be there. There's some special personalities like in humans and on different teams, right? And how do you get this guy to sort of put in 100%, right? And motivate them a little bit, instead of just him being there and going through the motions, and like, because that shit, it spreads like a virus within the team. Like one guy comes in and he's slow and not doing it. If people don't, if you can't get him to pick him up a little bit, and the second guy sees it and he's like, well, this is going to be one of those days, isn't it? And then their energy starts going down, and all of a sudden, like, your whole day is wasted, and you don't achieve anything. So depending on your team composition, different teams need different types of coaches. That's why Cyclone is great for Mouse, right? A bit of a teacher, sort of. They're calm, right? Clear, not putting like too much pressure, stressing them out, and also being able to, like, within the game, work with Shu and whatnot. Yeah, that's why Blade is great for Navi, because he got the bunch of tier 2 players in his team that didn't really play tier 1 tournaments, and had to sort of build the game and kind of teach them how to play on that level and
mold them.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
It's
and
crazy what he's done with Navi.
be a little bit more hands-on, right? So
But I think that's why Blade gets a lot from the coaching stocks, is because from his angle, it's easier to see, right? Like his influence.
Yeah.
I think his influence is, whereas what we're talking about with a Raban, for example, is more behind the doors, because the interpersonal relationships we only really see in the server when things are going right or things are going wrong, and the type of reactions that are had from the teams in those environments. Otherwise, maybe a team will do a blog and you get to see a vlog. I want to use the correct terminology. And that's probably one of the only other times you get like a little glimpse, and that's curated a lot of the time,
Yeah.
right? So it's like not even raw. So
Unless you're on Falcons.
Yeah,
They didn't curate that shit at all.
I'm glad.
They just threw it out there for the world.
Great video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great video.
Robin's probably misunderstood or underappreciated by the community, because I don't know. For me, his expertise was the social aspect and how he was able to alleviate the pressure in the team in certain times. And on top of that, he might be top 5 funniest guy alive.
Top 5
Yeah.
funniest guy alive. We did a Ramadan comedy special.
A couple times where I feel like I actually lost all my oxygen from laughing.
He's a fun dude to have a drink with. He's
He's an awesome guy to be around, man. And it's also a thing when you have a team mostly comprised of veteran players. I mean, Twistzz comes into the team. He's already won a Grand Slam, right? Okay, Carrigan, Rain, they're still chasing, that major, but they won like big tournaments. They've been around for a long time. You have Robs come in, who hasn't really won that much team-wise, a tremendous amount, has been around for too long, but he's been around for enough.
Mel's won a bit of stuff towards the end of the time it was there.
So it's like, okay, how do I get these guys to be at the top of their game, right? How do I get them to still put 110% in practice, to want to be in the prac room?
Yeah.
Like not to feel forced, not for me to tell them, hey, I want you to go in and give me 1,000 on deathmatch, right? No, but create it so where, they are just doing it on their own. They're just interacting with each other and like pushing each other to be better.
It's like the retakes that you guys were doing in the Katowice, where the COVID was a situation for Rain and Rops, where Justin had to stand in. And you guys were staying up until like the wee hours of the night playing retake servers and shit.
Yeah, that's just him. I mean, he said like the first person that leaves a fucking pussy, and then that's how it went. And then he was asking for pizza at 4 a.m. But other than that, I mean, that's just who he is, right? He didn't even have to try.
Yeah,
The type
exactly.
of person that he is. It's just, I don't know, fun guy to be around. I mean, he's saying he's playing retakes. You're gonna play retakes.
You're gonna hop in and play
He might
with
kill
him.
your confidence a bit, but
It's a little bit like
He
Harry.
still got some game?
It's a little
he
bit
still
like
had some game back then. Yeah,
Yeah?
He still had some game.
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing now, but yeah, he still has that.
Old school Swedish
I get that
skills.
with Mither as well. Mither is trying to.
He
knife
brings
us
some
in
heat
the
too?
face. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's good. You want a coach that still
Yeah.
kind of gets in the server
Yeah.
there, throws around. What are you talking about Harry for?
I was gonna say, like, it's also like it's hard to say like no to the guy.
What, Harry?
Yeah, he's just so he's just so fucking likable.
So Harry should be a coach.
No, definitely not. But he's also fun to have a drink with, and it's just like you. It's very difficult to be in a bad mood around them.
Dude,
right?
I got
Like,
to sit at the...
It's the aura. That's the
that's how it
that's
is.
what the kids use now. That word.
The aura. For me, that's how it is with Mither as well. It's just kind of, I just can't be upset or sad like around him.
Well, that's nice.
Just always smiling.
I should say thank you to you and Kara. I got to sit next to Ravan at the wedding, and then there was Eddie next to him.
Okay.
Oh, you had a
Yeah.
nice
Oh,
table.
yeah.
That's a nice table.
Yeah. Rain was at the table and Sonia as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was
You
a
had a
nice
good
table.
spot.
I had a
You
great
were at the
table.
face table.
I was at the
man.
face table. I was like, holy shit, what have I done? I thought I'd be with the German table. I thought I was going to be at the German
Like in
table.
the way back with
there
like the
was-
deep, distant friends and family.
Just like with everything in life, there was strategic planning with the table setting.
It was great. I had an awesome time. I get to talk with those boys on ours. This is fucking sick.
Are there any similarities between Rops and Elige? Because like they seem pretty,
No. I'll just say straight up no.
no, not at all.
No.
Okay.
Why is Rob so... Well, I don't know why I'm asking you this, but he's... I don't know if he's shutting us down or he just doesn't want to talk.
It's just not him.
Doesn't want to talk.
No.
We got him on a podcast.
Rops?
Yeah.
When did we get him on a podcast?
Last
In
year,
Riyadh.
In Riyadh.
Did we?
I mean, he had nothing
Yeah.
else to do, but you know,
Yeah, we did.
Sorry, Rops. My memory's terrible, mate.
it was right after CS2 came out. It was like a month later.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
It was when it was in beta still when it was announced. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, I'm getting a flashback now.
But outside of that, yeah, he doesn't seem to want to talk very much.
Well, the same thing with Brokey.
Yeah.
But Brokey when Harry did the this or that thing, he got talking, like, because I think there's like PS5 or Xbox or whatever, and Brokey was like PC.
He threw in some questions specifically for Brokey.
Yeah.
Bring him out of his shell.
You got to get him going. But he can't, like, Brokey, when we hear the comms of Brokey, it's like, this is a completely different fucking human being. Like,
that's
way he
Counter-Strike,
talks,
though, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
but that's what's awesome about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that's a common story for a lot of people. Like the person you get to be in Counter-Strike or in your Counter-Strike team compared to the person you like are
outside of it.
it's crazy.
It's so much different.
It's fucking nuts. It's awesome. Like it's expression. Counter-Strike is a way
It's
to
art.
express yourself. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing of beauty. Just like mouths losing the complexity. They lost vertigo.
Oh, good for complexity.
Jason, don't tell me you still got some faith in these guys.
No, I have none, but I'm happy for him. Happy for him.
You must love this roster. This is, well, actually, do you think it matters next year about the status of North American or European? Do you think it matters?
I don't really know. I haven't given it.
Right? There's nothing
It
definitive.
has to still, right?
It does it? Oh, in terms of
think
a
it has to, in terms
delegation of spots.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
because there still is an NA ranking and a
Yeah.
NA ranking, right?
There's still going to be like the 14 teams from Europe, 5 teams from.
And it's what you identify as for a team like them.
Well,
Right?
they are
We're in
actually
both
identified in both right now.
Yeah.
They're Americas and Europe.
So, but I
you guys
guess you get to
one.
pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just played anyone.
Yeah. Where should take the top spot?
Can I ask you a question, Russell? Speaking of this, when you were putting together the roster, I'm going to need that side of the table to keep quiet for a little bit here.
Sorry, Jason.
When you're putting this roster together, did you factor in the idea of whether you'd be able to do the Americas RMR, the European RMR?
Yeah, of course. And also who
Bang.
gives points, who doesn't. And I had the green light to go European.
Go Europe if you want to do
Yeah,
it.
go full Europe.
Yep.
And obviously not. I mean,
Yeah.
people that were available, it just made sense.
Yeah, I mean, it also helps too that you have JKS who gets to be a wild card in this situation, which is like that's
Yeah, what a
no-brainer.
steal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's actually extremely valuable in this
Yes.
scenario for many
Yeah.
reasons, especially as a player.
This smug fucking bastard over here. This fucking guy.
I've been having that fight with him for months, and we just won it for me.
This fucking guy.
I mean, it does make him very valuable.
Oh, not about
Talk-
Justin.
Not about Justin.
Oh,
About
It was about
for me, I was like, why the fuck would Liquid care if they're North American? They're here to win. They want to have the best Counter-Strike team. They'll be European. They don't give a fuck.
it is like that though, because realistically, I looked at I'm trying to build what can end up being a championship team that I believe in.
Yeah, but you don't need to make it more hard for yourself than it already is.
No,
like you didn't
exactly.
pick JKS because he's Australian, but he was the best player available to you that you wanted, but
That fits all spots. I know him, won a tournament with him. Just happens to be Australian and helps us.
Yeah.
region-wise.
Yeah.
So
See, Jason, it wasn't that premeditated. Let's call it a draw,
okay,
shall we?
Fine. Everybody wins. It's one of those days.
Just like Pro League.
Just like pro.
Oh dear. Today VP fucking sucked, huh?
Dude.
okay, people, I'm so tired of my team is doing the same shit. It's just not because another team is bad.
What?
Like I don't think if
You guys are
is,
just
like,
really
that
good.
bad. They might be on the edge of whatever. Unfortunately, I feel for them because they did back then create a style of Counter-Strike that everyone wanted to replicate. Yeah, I mean they're probably going through like a big team slump right now. But I don't think they're a bad team.
Okay.
For me, they're still a top 10 team and they're a threat. And I look at their past match results, and not so long ago they took a fatality to 3 maps and almost beat them in an important event. So for me, like they're still it's not by any means easy to play against. I just think we played very, very good CS. I don't like undermining another team just because
I do. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a good mentality to have as a player. As an analyst at the on broadcast.
They've been on a downward
No.
slide, especially somebody like Flip, for example, and then you have the VP don't like it when we have this conversation. They don't like
They don't like it when we have any conversations.
That's
really,
true.
I think.
because
but-
about the leadership thing with Electronic and James, and obviously James said in an interview that he recognizes that things need to change if they want to play top tier Counter. They can't just play the slow style. They need to integrate a bit more. But Electronic coming in, they just haven't looked like they play a cohesive version of the game. The decisions look off.
I think they've bounced between Electronic and Jame in-game leading like 3 times over the past.
But we
since he
haven't
joined.
known about it.
Yeah, it just when I watch him play, like in the early on when Electronic joined, on Dust 2 specifically, you'd see a lot more like fast, like poppy mid to B splits, like just called at a timing
Sure.
when they have the opening. And like today, for instance, was like very far back, felt relatively slow, not a whole lot of ultra aggressive action from VP. I think they're struggling to figure out which philosophy they want to play under and which in-game leader they want to call.
But in Cologne, I did like a round table with Apex, Alexi, and Carrigan.
I watched that
Yeah,
twice actually.
and they said that there's no meta, right? So with what Jason's saying, right, like, could that just be VP just trying to change up their game style every couple of games so that they're
You have
not
to be
easy
able
to
do
read?
both.
Yeah.
Look at all the best teams; they're doing both.
But is it
Slow
both
growth.
between one game or is it both between different series at different times?
I mean, certain teams have specific matchups. I mean, there is a stylistic matchup versus VP. Used to be a problem for us on FaZe. We didn't like playing VP. It was a problem. But yeah, maybe they are struggling with finding the right way to play the game. And yeah, for the sake of competitive CS, I hope they are able to get there.
They have a lot of talented players.
so many talented players.
Like with the rifling
but
core,
I
it's
think that's
strong.
the problem. Like I didn't watch the second map today.
was
I
Dust
did
2.
the first map that you guys play, and for example, like second round of the game, you guys force and you go for an A execute, but you had a plant and you didn't buy AKs or Galils, and they left A open, played more for mid, because what usually people do on T side, they buy rifles and they try to get a pick on mid or go mid a little bit delayed or break the smoke and get like the gun to do something. And that's why maybe they were focused more on mid, and you guys went A, and at the time, you found some kills, or even there was a trade.
Justin had
and
like a
Jazzy.
3K.
Yeah,
Jazzy.
he had a really good round, but that's like a little bit being ahead of the curve, in terms of the call, right? And obviously, when you lose that round in CT, you're kind of fucked for the next couple of rounds because you don't have a good economy. But the problem for me, I think, with VP is with all the bullshit, like the rumors and the stuff that's going around. It's like that's what's causing. They're not doing like dumb shit or playing like they don't care, but I think it's what's causing these players to fall off just like 5%.
What, the conversation?
Or the fact that things are not going peachy right now in their camp. I mean, even results-wise, right? At very best, they're just going through a rough time with this team.
Sure.
Right? At worst, they're going to be making some changes. It's just a matter of time.
Well, there's a rumor about Norbert, right?
Exactly, but whatever. I don't want to even go into that. And I think that's what's, causing them to just not be as maybe
Cohesive.
focused or not have the level of intensity that you need to have individually, right? And that's why sometimes they lose, some of the fights where players fall off. But I don't think even yesterday, who was it at the couch? I think Gekindar and as they were walking away, it was like, who do they play? It's like VP. I was like, see you in the playoffs, because I didn't think there was
a chance.
Yeah, just like where
That's
the two
confidence
teams
from
are.
Yanko.
Right?
to hear that he tried to jinx you guys, how does it make you feel?
No, it's I mean, you should have that attitude. You should never want to underestimate anyone. But like for me, it was pretty clear cut from the outside.
You win the force buy on Dust 2 as well, didn't you, on the CT side?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the third. Yeah, I saw that. The third round.
Naf got to kill like upper tunnels through a smoke or whatever with a 5-7 or something. You had a scout kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel there's more scouts back in play since Dust 2 has re-entered the map pool?
Of course.
Come
I mean,
on.
it's just the type of map it is. It's just.
But it feels like it's bled into some
maps?
other maps.
And other maps?
Just slightly. Like
I mean,
people are
Scout
like
is
consider
very
it a bit
good.
more.
Scout is just good. Scout, and then your teammates next to you they tag the guy with the deagle, or
Yeah.
Scout,
So-
and you keep track of where the player is, and you nade him later in the round. Like, yeah, there's benefits.
What about the FAMAS? I feel like the FAMAS is making a comeback right
Oh,
now.
you did say that the other
Yeah.
day.
I mean,
I feel like I've seen so many more FAMAS in the past like 3 months.
I still buy the FAMAS. I still think there's a lot of places where it's viable. I mean, some people just want to run and jump around a bit more with MP9, and
Yeah.
MP9 is very fucking good. But FAMAS, I mean, it's just depending on what gun people have confidence in. Like, I still like the FAMAS and Galil like quite a bit.
Galil, I
can
think,
play
is
with those
great.
guns.
How do you feel about this buy? I think actually you guys were doing it as well,
The
but
Furia
Furia
buy,
did it
yeah.
against
Furia buy,
you.
And then copied it instantly because there's a lot of like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just smart, but you have to have a good plan.
Mm.
Like, you have to. If you go into that round with no plan, like, good fucking luck, bro.
Yeah.
Like, someone has to multi-kill a miracle situation. But yeah, I mean, given MR 12 and different how important pistol rounds are and everything, definitely trying to find ways to maximize the economy in win percentages.
But it's very winnable in that type of a round on certain maps, like with the MP9s. Like,
Yeah, we've won quite a
yeah,
bit of these rounds. Yeah, I think you're going to see more teams starting to do it, for sure.
the evolution of the meta. Yeah,
How do you feel about the economy right now?
I think they cannot change it.
really.
Yeah, I think if they do anything to it right now, I mean, I've given feedback to Valve directly that if you want to make things a bit better again, you just go back to MR50. Because if you change the economy right now, if you take away the first loss buddy bonus and you just leave it at 19, you're going to have people dropping fucking Galils and shit on T side instantly. Or you're going to have people buying Galils even more than before. You're gonna be seeing a lot of like FAMASs somehow on you're gonna see full buys with MP9 second round if you do something bad with the economy.
Yeah.
So in order to not hurt the game more, I would say they can't change the economy. It's just unfortunate pistol rounds feel a bit more random. Glocks are just way
They're
better,
so
way better
strong.
in this game somehow. And I think that comes down to movement speed and sub tick and how the game feels and looks.
Dude, you must fucking hate it when you have to practice from here in Malta, like on the higher
It's
ping.
a bit weird, like 30 ping, and I get 30 ping from here to Frankfurt.
Really,
Yeah,
bro? I want your connection.
I get 30 ping, and even then, my 30 ping feels like I have 80 in CS:GO.
Yeah,
That's a
look.
bit crazy. Like I don't know why it feels like that.
I
Like,
fucking suck. I played a FACEIT game today, and I got a 3K on the pistol, right? And I didn't get many kills, but I got 3K on the pistol. And the last kill I got with the USP, I was fading away behind a box, and I got the headshot.
Yeah.
But it probably didn't look that way to the guy. It
No.
probably looked like maybe fine, but to me, it feels fucking weird. There's a lot of these, like, I've adjusted my crosshair last minute on higher ping, and like I've shot here, and I've adjusted my crosshair to him, and I get the kill. I don't know, like, what the fuck I should clip some of it. It's fucking strange shit.
I've got a couple of those. when I
High
play-
ping,
yeah.
high ping CS2 is dog shit. It's like 1.6 on high ping.
Yeah.
1.6 on high ping was
It was a
fucking
nightmare,
terrible.
An absolute nightmare.
It like I would hate to be playing. The most I play on is 50. That's to a Netherlands server. If you're playing on anything more than that, it must be the worst experience in the world. I don't know how these people are fucking doing it, because people in FACEIT are playing from the Middle East or from
they're
Turkey.
just
And,
used to
It
it.
doesn't feel bad if it's all you know.
dude,
Yeah.
It's just what you know. Speaking as an NA player from back in the day who had to
Yeah.
play with 80, 90 ping.
I used to blow the 80 ping from Perth to the servers on the
Yeah.
East Coast all the time.
Yep.
So I'm used to it, but it wasn't like that in CS:GO. Like it wasn't that bad. And I don't know, man. I don't know enough about like coding and networking and all this type of shit.
You don't
I
know anything
No, there's
about that.
definitely a
no?
netcode problem because I've
Yeah.
talked to people in the scene who focus on this type of stuff, and there's definitely a problem.
Subtick related.
Yeah,
They'll figure it out. I have
Will
faith.
they figure it
I
out?
have faith.
I don't think
honestly,
It's going to take way longer than any of us want or expect,
honestly,
but they're going to
like,
figure it out.
I've full given my feedback to Valve. If they do something, they do it. If they don't, I really just, as a player, like no longer care to focus on.
You can't burn your energy on that now.
No, there's no point.
You
If
can
I
only
just
play the game,
The
yeah.
game feels good. Games feel better than fucking other games I'm playing.
Yeah.
If I play anything, so
and
it's
it,
just like
and it feels immeasurably better on land.
I can
Yeah.
only imagine.
Yeah,
Land,
it
like
is
a- yeah.
Oh, it must feel so nice on like one ping.
Yeah.
there's still some problems though. Like
Well, you mentioned a few
It's the-
today.
yeah, but those are just general
Okay.
like problems that are very
Mini
interesting.
bugs rather than giant red flags.
Well, what are some of the problems you were just alluding to? So there's still some problems.
I mean, like there's still peeker's advantage.
Okay, so that's
Right.
even on land it's
yeah,
bad.
Of course, there's
Really?
still dying behind walls. It happens. It's just that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a netcode thing.
But that's important because the only people playing on LAN who are talking about that stuff would be pro players. So like genuinely from your perspective, like how much of a difference are we talking from when you're playing online? Are you still experiencing a lot of the same issues that people
no. It's like it's just like you can just feel like it's still there.
Okay.
It's not like online.
How hard
It's
is it? Oh, go on.
It's
Sorry.
hard to judge because like I am playing sometimes from my Cologne apartment
Yeah.
on 5 ping and sometimes from Malta on 30 ping. When I go from Cologne to Malta, I instantly feel like what the fuck is going on in my game? Like why am I even DMing right now?
Yeah.
I fucking can't even hold angles or anything.
Yep.
So it's more of like that there is a noticeable problem. But if you test some things, like there's always one angle that I'm testing in DM on like ping.
Okay.
And it's upper BL Mirage in the kitchen to the other side, the T side.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah,
they're
yeah,
going
yeah.
up the stairs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have realized, but
I hate that
models
fight.
running upstairs
Yeah.
are moving at like light speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fly.
And it's crazy. And like there's some like bug because I always like the second I see like a shoulder, I start pre-firing, I kill the guy instantly. His head's not even on my screen. He just dies.
Okay.
So I
Well,
always
I'm gonna
test with like
I'm gonna.
certain-
Yeah, the same circumstances,
Okay.
right?
yeah, I'm trying to see if it feels the same. On 5 ping, like the guy is like dying, but on 30 ping, like kind of have to pre-fire.
Shit. I can't.
Sometimes I
pre-fire, I'm
swear
too
it's
old.
like Battlefield where I have to fucking like track in front of the guy.
Oh,
make
leading
my
shots and
bullets hit
shit.
Leading shots. Sometimes it really feels that way.
But you
I
never
have to
know
do
until
that.
you get into the server, and then you're like, all right, this server I got to lead my shots. This server maybe a little bit behind. This server.
You see players like now, like you can. There's definitely situations where like a player starts shooting before because they're just not confident that they can hit the shot in fast enough when the guy's actually on his screen, and that's part of the game. You didn't really see that in CS:GO. People would
No.
confidently hold the angle
Yeah.
and like I'm
Yeah.
gonna guillotine this guy. Now it's like
Not at the start of CS:GO though.
Yeah, but it's
I
different
wasn't
game.
there for
That's
that.
a different.
Like,
It's
we'll
a
have
different.
No,
game.
not like the
Some
first
shit,
year, but
like-
even in like 2014, like early competition, I remember Crims got so much praise in the early days for being like the first pro that we saw like legitimately holding angles.
to go
Like
back,
no one wanted to do it in early Go.
go back and watch like some of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
games. You have people jump burst glocking,
Oh,
just
yeah.
running around jumping.
Oh, yeah, there was the
CS looks
Glock,
pretty funny,
the
though.
Glock phase for a couple of months when it was like so OP. It
Yeah.
was stupid.
So I wonder if there is a way that subtick can be optimized, because in the beginning, maybe I should. I'm gonna say it.
Let's not.
The
We
game
don't have the
doesn't-
we
like,
don't have
I've-
the knowledge for a subtick.
no, but I'm
combo.
gonna say a thing.
Okay, say a thing.
I'm gonna say a thing.
Go for it.
I think in the beginning, Faceit made 128 ticks.
They did. I remember
They
that.
did,
yeah.
yeah.
And then
Then
got
it
shut
was
down.
updated so they can't do it.
and then Valve said, "If you fucking do that again, we'll kill you."
Yeah, probably.
Essentially.
No, I mean there was an
I'll be
update where you couldn't build servers and create.
Could be
tick.
dealing with a defamation.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Nah, they'll get over it. They'll get
No,
over it.
but I think it's just that's the question, right? There's this concept of subtick. Is it something that they constantly need to be working on and improving and updating? And perhaps that is the answer, because in theory it does sound
Good.
really
In
good.
theory.
But in practice, you've just come up with something else to serve a sub 64 tick or even worse than that, right? So that now everyone's playing under the same conditions and you don't have the casuals or the people who are just booting up the game playing at a different condition than what people play at the major, or pro players and all this stuff, which is kind of that's kind of shitty.
Wasn't that a big PR thing though when that was announced? Because I remember like seeing a bunch of articles written from other like game studios and game developers who were just like, this is going to be really hard, but if they can make this work, it's like the revolutionary tech to like online multiplayer.
I don't know, bro. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
at
I am
the end-
too.
At the end of the day, like it's not that bad. I think a lot of it is like, obviously, I mean, maybe I'm just privileged. I play on 5ping like all the time at LAN at home. But like for you
are,
you open
yep.
Reddit and you see like CS2'd, and it honestly is some like crazy shit happening. But yeah, I think we just have to give Valve time. And I will say they are actively looking.
Yeah,
They're talking to pros.
Yep.
They are.
yeah.
So they're trying to fix the game, and I think that's what the community realizes. They're talking to the people that are best know how to. I mean, I would hope pros are actually taking it serious and giving feedback, because it is our fucking future in the game. So please give good fucking feedback to the developer. But they're trying.
Yeah, I think something that we underestimate as well is, not everyone has the latest rig to play on, right? Some of it is just performance and like optimization issues, where you had a bunch of people who could run CSGO, they just couldn't run CS2.
The tech is an issue. People are running on probably old cards and processors.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
that's not helping the whole playing experience for sure.
But there is a big optimization problem. I mean,
Yes.
we're playing, I mean, think about the PCs we're using.
Yeah,
Best Intel processor, maybe not the best graphics card. It's almost there.
yeah.
Obviously, RAM matters a lot. I don't know the specs of the PCs, but I'm still running out of water on Ancient with 140 FPS.
Really?
Game looks like a fucking slideshow. And it's for everyone. And that's just, there's nothing you can do. You can't blame ESL. it's just the game at the moment, and it's just.
But that's how it was in the well, not the beginning, but nobody played on native res, like other than fucking Shroud in the early days of like CS:GO, and that's because you wouldn't get the frames to play on native res. Like you had to play on like stretched or black bars because and people were like
lower end PCs.
You're trying to play on full graphics with native res, you fucking idiot. Of course it's gonna right. And I think the thing is the problem that we have is CS:GO to everybody is first of all nostalgic, but second of all was at a point where the game felt really good. Like
they pretty much maxed it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was 10 years in, yeah.
But the game felt really good. So we've gone to a point where it feels like we've regressed and people are like, well, we had something that was really good and now we have something that isn't as good. Like even though I think CS2 looks better, I like the smoke dynamic a lot more.
Yep.
I like a lot of these other quality of life things that they've added to the game. But overall, the like playing experience is what matters the most. And that's where I think a lot of people feel like they're suffering. And then you have people who lost things that they liked before, which were different game modes and shit, but that's like the smaller side. I think the overall thing is just the playing experience. And the problem is, we spoke about this in the early days when the beta came out and the CS2 came out, is like saying it doesn't feel right, or this doesn't feel good, or feel is like the worst way to describe anything to a developer, right? Like we can identify as players.
They don't have feelings.
True. We can identify as a player that it's not right, but we need to work out why it's not right. And that's the hardest thing that we had when we were doing the beta testing is like, okay, so we know that this is a problem, but what is impacting this that gets us to this point? Like, why is that? And it's not easy to do. Like, and it's very easy for people to just go, oh, it feels wrong, right? And that's understandable.
And the questions they ask, you're always like, okay, now explain that, but a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And then you try and do that, and they're like, okay, now reword that and a little bit deeper. And you're just like, fuck, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't have the vocabulary to do it.
No.
Yeah.
It can be very frustrating to talk to them because you're like, I have never conversed
in this way,
in this dimension, right? Like I've never had to dig so deep to explain something, right? But it's understandable from them.
The boost bug's fixed.
That is true.
Yeah.
Is it permanently fixed? I saw that there was still some issues.
There was something happened today. Some run boost like bugged.
Today?
Yeah, today in the match. I tried run boosting on the Yakuder.
Wait, it like just like stalled or you didn't launch or?
No, they was just like we got like stuck on each other. So I'm not sure what happened.
Okay, so maybe
clip that. We'll send it to Valve.
But you know what does piss me off?
Here we go.
Valve, they have made certain objects too accurate.
Too accurate?
Yeah, because first of all, I didn't even know that there was 3 fire extinguishers on an A-site nuke on a wall.
Okay.
You can hit those with nades.
Oh, so they're all a rounded surface that I can...
The top of it is rounded.
Oh,
okay.
Legacy in online qualifier, we're doing a strat. I'm supposed to molly floor from inside the door. I hit the wall with the molly, like I normally do. So it goes in the fucking floor. Bounces up into the fucking sky. And I'm like, how? Like, I had to go back in the demo and watch, like, what? How is it possible?
Holy shit.
And there's actually so many cases where, like, this is why people hate Ancient sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the days are like
the bricks that randomly jut out.
it's just like different fucking polygons and angles and...
So that on Anubis outside B main, I've thrown mollies outside B main on Anubis and it just like launches up in the air.
Yeah, it's the same thing with door on nuke, like where the door is on the floor before you break it. Like you can also have an nade stuck in that, or it can bounce weirdly off of it if you hit that exact spot. Yeah, it happened the other day in a game. Those are like small things, like small kinks to sort of iron out.
Can I get back to something you talked about way earlier? A complete change of subject.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, you said when you'd found out that you were going to be the leader of the team, you had like that little bit of a lead-in time before it kicked in, and you had a list of players. Can you tell us anything about some of the other players? Are there any like unknown ones you were looking at that you liked, like someone from the tier 2 scene, or was it all free agents?
I mean, it was a mix of players. One just like to investigate into, check availability and so on. For privacy purposes, I know some players I talked to would like to
remain anonymous.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
Nothing really went like that deep. So
was there any like little FPL star that you were like, oh, he could be kind of cool?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was very like, luckily our analyst is doing a lot of work, and that's also how like through like the eye test and having statistics back it up, that's how we like kind of searched out ultimate. And like, is he really as aggressive as like I'm seeing? Oh yeah, he was easily the most aggressive operator in tier 2, tier 3. So it's like, More stuff like that. I wasn't really going deep down. I mean, I pulled up everything. Pulled up the fucking Face It, Evo 100.
Yeah.
Everything. Saw Fake Wonderful that ended up getting fucking
Banned,
banned.
yeah.
But yeah, wasn't really searching that far.
How is the new? How do you like this analyst? Because I know he came in, I think, a little bit after I was out.
Mars Rover 32, I think they call him.
The Mars
Rover.
The Mars DeRozan. That was his favorite. It comes from an NBA player.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that was the thing. He was like, he was big into statistics, and he had a pretty intense degree that he got, I believe, and then just kind of switched out and was like, I love Counter-Strike. Let's do stats for Counter-Strike. Is he giving you like, you don't have to give it like the details, 'cause I know it's relatively secretive, but is he giving you information that's like, oh, I can use this. Like, I never thought I could have this intel. I never thought I could actually have this information, access it before a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
like some cool shit.
It has really been like that.
Really?
I'm not gonna reveal anything, but
Yeah.
No trade secrets.
he is
Doing a good job. Doing a great job.
yeah, outstanding.
Okay.
job.
Okay.
All right, to put you in analyst shoes for a second, what do you think like FaZe has been missing these last couple of months to get back on track?
It's tough to say because I actually obviously watch a lot of team demos, and I always watch through their stuff, and I see them lose rounds, and before they even lose a round, I'm like, man, this is a fucking good round. Like, they've done everything to win this round, and then someone just multi kills with MP9 or someone gets one tapped. It's tough to say what they're missing. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like maybe there's a lack of selflessness, to willing to just jump for each other or go out and take the timing or believe in the strats. And under Kerrigan's style, like, as long as you're believing, like, someone's gonna find a fucking gap or someone's gonna have success. But yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, obviously, I respect all those players. Wish them the best every time we play them. It's fun. I don't really just fucking 11-1 loss or whatever.
Even with Brokey
Even-
giving you the finger.
Yeah, even that. It's just like, what a guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, I don't know. Sucks to see them like have the struggles, but I know when I was there, we had those. With those type of players, something clicks again. But yeah, I'm not one to.
No. I was just thinking, from your POV, because I had the same sense that it's not like they're playing like shit, and the things that they're doing on the map are like bad, and it doesn't make sense. It does feel like just some details here and there, a little bit of lack of confidence sometimes.
Yeah.
Right, losing some uncharacteristic rounds where they have an advantage, where their discipline just drops a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to touch too much on that Mirage game. Right, but
Dude, he was, no joke, in the server the next day on Mirage. Within 24 hours. I would have been off the computer for a fucking week.
I wanted to know why, because I felt like compared to their T side they had against us, I was able to get so much more map control. And it was kind of like stylistic differences where like I was up in their like connector and stuff, like getting good map control, just we couldn't end well, we couldn't split well. And where it was opposite for them, they couldn't even make it into like the mid area to get into situations. And it was kind of just like, okay, there's, I mean, obviously 2 ways to play CT Mirage, and they chose this one against us. And obviously, if we can't play good against this style, then I need to figure it out right now. And I also had like 49% entry attempts on T side Mirage alone across Cologne, and I also had to figure that out for myself too. And yeah, it didn't really bother me. Obviously, as a captain, it's kind of just like, okay, get back in the lab and
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to ask you, what was the 1 or 2 lessons sort of that you drew out as a team, right? Because not all of that is due to Counter-Strike stuff. Some of that is mental stuff as well.
yeah, I think I let things kind of get out of control in a way. One thing I should have done much more in that game is full micromanage rather than let a bunch of ideas always go around. It's not like the ideas were bad. I mean, we still had competitive rounds.
Yeah.
I just think if I did that at the time, it could have been much better. Just like how, taking the tac timeout, sitting in spawn, doing an Apex, sitting for 50 seconds, saving in T-spawn, getting my team together for the next round. And I would say that's something that did not register in my mind before in the FaZe game.
What's been the hardest lesson you've had to learn as an IGL in these last two months or so? Like, what was the first big thing that you were like, oh, that's a learning moment, or that's like, I didn't expect to have this situation as an IGL, or I have to figure out how to handle this.
Honestly, there hasn't been anything unexpected.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily been like a big challenge. Yet, just because I feel like I'm a very social person, I'm searching to get the best out of everyone. If I don't see someone performing well, I want to know if they're uncomfortable, if it's just they had an off game.
Yeah.
What can I do to better my team? And obviously, as a leader and even as a teammate before, I know every player is different. And I don't really judge based on personality if you're too quiet or whatever. That's not me. I'm not doing that. Everyone is different. So, yeah, I don't think I've had any big challenges yet. I mean, of course, it's going to come at some point.
Right.
Different things I've had to handle, but yeah.
Did you reach out to Kerrigan at all? Did he send you a message at all when you took over the range? Did he give you any advice or anything like that?
Well, we were always like talking.
Yeah.
Before I talked to him at Pro League actually, when that's like when I knew it was going to happen. Yeah. And had a nice talk with him, and he's messaged me a couple times. Obviously, still very good friends with him. He would have been at the wedding too, but he obviously, as a captain, I understand. You have to reset, focus, do things for the better of your team.
Yep.
I might have been at a different table then, so maybe it's good he didn't come.
Yeah, you took the Kerrigan spot. Huh?
But yeah, no, I'm close to him.
Yeah.
When this team came together, I think like the general message was this is like a long-term project, right? It's a new team put together and like don't expect results straight away. But the results have been pretty promising, I guess, in terms of the way the teams look. Like Janko, when he was praising you guys earlier, like how it always looks like you have an idea, and you were talking about doing your playbook throughout the player break and stuff while all this was coming together. So it didn't feel like you were starting behind the 8 ball, and things have clicked pretty well with all the experience and Ultimate finding his form pretty quickly. Does that change the progress bar? Like, is it like, okay, well, hold up, we're much better early than I thought we would be? You always go into a tournament wanting to win, but is the expectation greater for results sooner?
I guess so, and that's always a thing, right, for a team, is managing expectations. Obviously, when you do that, it helps limit frustrations or whatever. But from practice, from the 2 weeks of practice, I was like, okay, like we can do some damage at the upcoming events. I immediately had that feeling. So for me, just from our practice alone, obviously it's always different, but I was like, progress bar went pretty fast for me during our boot camp.
Yeah, okay. Well, the Counter-Strike landscape's pretty open at the moment. Like, who do you think is the best team in the world?
I feel like I play the best team on the world on Sunday, which is Vitality.
Mm,
I feel
okay.
that way. Yeah. So,
even considering the first trophy only came at Cologne, and going into the break, there was like some wobbles.
I personally feel like they're the most consistent trophy contender of the year.
Okay.
With only 1 trophy to their name.
Okay. Who would you put after that?
I would have put Mouse before, but
They just lost the complexity.
Took that L.
And to Imperial
Yeah, they lost to
yesterday.
Imperial as well. That was crazy.
And lost the map to Rooster. Almost got 2-0'd by
That's
Rooster.
true. They did lose
Yeah.
Yeah, they almost lost a 12-3
no,
comeback
it's rough.
on Vertigo.
They had some rough games. The Rooster one and Imperial back to back are some tough ones.
And this isn't even an arena.
No, well, maybe
That's not even the problem for them.
come
They've
on, that
turned
was a
into a
joke,
LAN
guys.
team.
That was a joke.
I know.
Come on.
But now because I'm the one who was, I had to defend.
Let me get away with that one.
I don't know. I think for me, come major time, Liquid might be the favorite, bro.
Oh, don't gas him up
With
just
the way
'cause
they've
he's
been
here,
playing,
man.
with the
Come
way they've
on,
been
man.
I said
It's not what he
this.
says
I
in the
said
other
this to
episodes.
Jason last time, man.
I don't remember.
I think what's going to be different is look at the in-game leaders of the other teams.
They're old.
Well, they suck. not the fact that they're old necessarily, but they suck. I think you're gonna have teams start changing and start
not
building
part of
teams. Start building teams differently, bro. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it. They look like super solid compared to these other teams who are just going up and down, up and down. Sure, it's only been a couple of events, but I have no reason to believe otherwise. This is what you
So
want to
Liquid
hear,
your favorite
Jason.
for the major?
He's buying early.
Is that what
I
you're
think
saying?
by the time Major comes along, they'll be in the conversation as one of the contenders. Is that fair, Jason?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. You're the one who lost your mind.
I didn't lose my mind. I just had
Yeah,
an
you're going all
appropriate level of
you're going all
pushback, I
quiet
feel.
right now, haven't you?
No, I mean, look, if that's your opinion, it's your opinion. You can have it, man.
All right. Now you say the G2's going to do
All
it.
right, Twistzz. I think by the time Major rolls around, Snacks as an IGL is really going to be
Gonna come
showing
into his own.
Yeah, he's really going to get this stride.
That
Yeah.
Taz Snacks connection.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We're going to start seeing some of those really aggressive bomb site takes like in the olden days.
Do you think Monacy goes to Falcons with NiKo?
I don't know. I really don't care to comment on it. The thing is, I probably know as much as you guys do. So
I don't know
it's just
anything.
like-
This guy probably knows everything.
Nah.
the thing is, I don't even care to know.
Okay.
Like,
Why would you? I mean,
Dude,
Yeah.
did you see Zonic's reactions yesterday?
I saw one of them.
Dude, he was hitting the chair. Like, he was like, yeah, dude, I've
He
never
was,
seen him
he
react
was
like that.
face palming, punching chairs. He was having a really
Like,
bad
I'm
day.
laughing, but he must have been having a miserable
Oh, it
day.
was terrible.
The poor guy.
I know.
Oh. Oh.
He chose.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. What are we
Oh,
thinking?
wait, I got one more question. I have one more debate I need you to solve.
Oh,
One
okay.
more debate.
Another debate.
Fuck.
Here we go.
What's your opinion on I want to talk about roles in Counter-Strike.
Okay.
How do I phrase this? I guess what's your take on roles at the moment? Because this is one thing that's frustrated me recently in public Counter-Strike discourse, especially with roster changes, is you can't pick this guy up, he doesn't fit into the roles, or this guy's, I guess the best example recently would be Malps coming into G2 and how much of an uproar there was over him having to play, especially on CT sides, roles that he doesn't normally play and taking him out of his position. So what's your opinion in terms of how well players can adapt to different roles? Like, is it really like one for one, like, oh, we need an anchor, we have to get this guy who's known for anchoring, or can you take a player and let him learn to be an anchor?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. I mean, every player should be able to learn every role, with exceptions. AWP is very specific, right?
Yeah.
And same as leading. But the other three roles, I mean, I will say like entry fraggers, like I mentioned before,
Pretty
they just-
specialist.
It's just like they are specialists, right? And with the new HLTV statistics system, you can tell some players are throwing more utility than others.
Yeah.
So it's just more normal because you have to think like memory is a big thing in CS, right? Not every player just remembers every nade. That's also a specialty that players have. But yeah, the people learning anchor roles, not being anchor roles. I mean, JKS was a good example. We've put him across different roles, more aggressive roles on some maps and whatever, and he's flourishing and he's learning. I mean, I do think the roles still exist. It's just like everyone should be able to learn.
But
them right.
That's kind of the thing. Like, I don't know if there is, like, there's obviously hesitancy to some players are better in certain positions, or at least we know them for certain positions. But like being able to learn to play a new position, that's a different conversation within itself. Like, how much time would you give to a player if you were going to, like, so Malb's CT sides is the example, because the T side, he still gets positions where he gets to go for aggressive map control. But on the CT side, he has to anchor bomb sides. So, like, in terms of a top tier Counter-Strike player, the learning curve or amount of time that you would give them to see if they can be good in that, like, what do you think is a reasonable amount of time for a pro player to see if they can adjust to something like that?
Usually 2 events.
2 events.
I would say so, yeah.
That's pretty quick.
That's very quick.
No, I mean, think about the practice before the boot camp. You
Yeah.
practice in between. So I would say like maybe month and a half.
So that's coming with watching all of the demos and studying other people in those positions and why they made those type of decisions. Like, it's not just about...
You think about it's quite a bit. It's every day.
Yep.
Every day
Yeah.
you should be doing something.
I think it depends also.
The
Are we
individual
talking about
player.
a young player, right? Or
with
are we
the
talking
drive,
about
yeah.
a veteran? Because I agree.
I mean, to some degree, I would say that maybe it could be the younger players that are going to be less adaptable.
Really?
See, that's interesting.
That is
Because
interesting.
who's the last guest we talked to?
The last guest we had who we talked to?
Maybe not less adaptable, maybe more stubborn
The younger players?
would be my...
Really?
Well, they
'Cause
know
we
how to
talked
do
someone
only a
who said
few
the
things.
The older players would be the hardest to adapt to a new role.
I forgot who we talked to.
Who
I mean, it
was that
depends,
said that?
Maybe I'm just biased because I have Justin on my team.
No. It's a perfectly valid opinion. It's just curious that it's just fun that we have 2 different takes on the situation. More than anything,
I think it's more about the personality of the player rather than the role that they play in, right? If you have a guy who can't sit still, right? It's going to be hard to put him
Exactly.
to
Why
play
would you make
anchor,
him an anchor?
right? So he has to play,
So-
rotation
Yeah.
positions, because that's the one thing. It's not that he doesn't know how to play anchor, just with the way his personality and everything.
With
There's
the
no
plays
point.
that he likes to make and the things he wants to do.
Just how he is, you know. And then you have guys who are more laid back and calm and just content with being patient and sitting still. And yeah, those are your anchors. Those are your lurkers on the T side. You have guys who constantly have to be in the thick of it and do something and in the action, right? And guys who are not. And then it's just about, okay, you have on each map 2 anchor spots, and that's what people can swap in and out. I mean, we had Cold on our team have to maybe sometimes swap some position. Or is he going to play maybe ramp on Nuke? Is he going to play upper on Nuke sometimes, or on some different maps, right? But those are both like static positions you have.
Yeah.
And that's what you differentiate between.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the stream right now, and they've got the Complexity boys doing their signatures on the whiteboard.
Giving him 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. Is yours going to be impacted? Your signature?
I mean, I just have to practice it more. It was
Okay.
hand drawn already, but I just have to practice it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
There's a few that will have a harder time.
Yeah, there's a couple out there.
Indeed. Okay.
All right.
Do we want to shut it down? Do you have anything else you'd like to tell the people at home? You got any other stories?
No, it's
No,
up,
that's
it's up to you
fine.
guys. I'm not
No?
on a time limit, so
Well, I don't know.
You're going, well, you said, did you guys play Vitality yet?
No, they play on Sunday.
No, I know,
Play
but
them in practice.
yeah, you rate them obviously very highly. So
I'm
like,
also just friends with Apex, so it's just I don't know.
he's another
gonna
guy.
be-
He's another guy you can talk to for hours
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
CS.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he's
easily.
VP Falcons. Oh my God, VP Falcons.
Oh, I'm on the
Oh my
morning.
God, I'm on that
I'm on
game.
the early shift
Why
tomorrow.
is that not? Is that on the B stream?
Yeah, you are. But you're with Harry.
Publicly sad.
You're with Harry.
We're with Harry.
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
Harry's there.
That guy always says some wild shit. Maybe because he's high all the time.
But that's yeah.
Just
so
kidding.
it's
He's not. You guys
Falcons
just think
VP, Furia Red Canids, Rooster of Charlotte,
Brazilian matchup.
Big Complexity, Furia
Cold
Red
versus
Canids.
Fallen.
Oh,
But that means Red Canids beat Ents. Well, Ents are a dead team. That's
Yes.
got to be the case. And then the last matches of tomorrow are Atox, Ents, and then I guess the winners lower bracket, which would be the winner of Falcons Furia versus the winner of Furia Red Canids. Am I reading this correctly?
Falcons VP.
Falcon VP.
You're trying to
Fury,
get
Red Canids.
too far ahead.
Sorry. What did I say?
You said Furia Red Canids and Furia.
I mean, we have the
Sorry.
capacity to bring it up on the phone.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. We don't want to make this guy do too many things, man.
It's his first time.
He's already been doing where
I
he's
know.
taken his phone and he was doing like
Yeah.
ISO shots
Action
of you on his
shots.
phone.
He was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it in my peripheral.
What a guy, man. What a
freak.
guy. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know. He gets very limited free time and he's decided to come here and do
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. Good job,
Matthew.
Harry.
Well, now he's got to do it every time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess.
jokes
And-
on him.
Unpaid.
Yeah.
Are you staying in the hotel or are you staying at home?
I think I stayed home just
Yeah.
for tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah,
But the other nights you're at the hotel?
yeah,
Okay.
Tomorrow's an off day, right, for you guys?
yeah.
How's the sleep been? Do you have to share a room?
All right. No,
Okay.
no. We're past those types.
Is like liquids past those times or everyone?
Tier 1 teams are.
Liquid's
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Okay, that's quite nice. Not
Was
having to
was
share
was
rooms.
Liquid like coming home? Did it feel like coming home when you put that jersey back on? Got back in the office,
I
saw all the
actually didn't like
faces.
the old jersey. I'm happy with the new.
Liquid still has the
2024.
problem of too many jerseys, don't they?
I'm
Actually, they've been
the-
pretty tame recently.
This been tame. And the
Yeah.
2024 jersey is very nice. That's when I felt like, okay, it's fresh.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
It's
fresh
good.
one.
It's got a nice big horse on it.
What's been doing the talent life?
What's been new?
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
Yeah.
Unexpected question.
well,
It's a very, what's
It's
new
a
has
bit
been very public these days. So
turbulent time
Yeah.
for the talent. Some talent.
Mainly just Maniac.
mainly just
Oh,
Maniac.
Yeah.
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 That's the newest thing. We had to replace him with Steel, as you may have seen.
Good guy.
Josh is here.
Yeah, Josh. We got Josh.
The bar is really low right now for an analyst in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
That's why I'm still here.
Yeah.
No, but what's new, I guess, I don't know. There's not really. Next year is going to be different for us, obviously, with all the TOs and stuff
Yeah.
in play. But in terms of, if we can't get the top teams of the events, like a Pro League, for example, then what does Pro League become? So for us, we're kind of in the wind to see what teams decide to do next year.
It's a limbo period right now because we don't know what everything is going to look like when 2025 rolls along.
Well, also, what will the approach be? Because now you look at it and teams are open. There's an open season on teams for tournaments because there's no more partner leagues. So if you're gonna have the same teams at all the tournaments, with some small differences, what is going to differentiate PGL Buenos Aires from IEM Dallas and this and that? It's going to be the show, pretty much, like the production value, this sort of thing. How do you make a difference for the viewers when you still get Liquid versus FaZe, right? That you did 2 weeks ago, and that maybe puts a little bit more value on having, the right group of talent there potentially, or just putting more focus on building a good show instead of just massing games and putting out, as many games as possible, something along those lines, which for talent would be a good thing, right? It enables you to do some.
I guess it
more
depends though
cool
on
stuff.
the relationships that are available with TOs and how much TOs are willing to do, which we don't know. Like the thing with it now is it's a whole new environment where we don't know, like nobody is winning going into 2024. Everybody starts at this because we're at the mercy of what the decision of the teams are, and then you guys get all the power. Like I don't know what it's going to be like in terms of having accessibility to players to be able to do things like we do now. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of assistance from the partner system right now.
Yeah. If anything, I hope that the TOs are easy to work with for you guys. At least give you freedom to an extent, right? Because it's producing great things. Like I was laughing my ass off at the VACnet 3.0.
That's a Harry
Yeah.
Russell
It's-
scripted special right there.
Russell.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny, man. Like really.
I mean, Pro League, we get a lot of freedom, and I think everyone's done a good job of proving DSL that it's worth it. But I mean, those relationships aren't the same across the industry.
Also,
I'm gonna miss Pro League if it actually is gone like this.
And
Like,
then
I'm
on-
gonna be sad.
And then on top of that, you have something like, you have stuff like that, which some of it is all scripted, thought of by a member of talent, right? Obviously, there's awesome people at the content team that help produce it. Some of the ideas come from them as well, like some of the stuff you see at your IEM colognes and a lot of actually stuff that you see over there. But then, some of the stuff that's like, let's say talent-wise, you still come in and you just you get your day rate, right? For casting the games, let's say, or whatever it is that you're hired to do. So then it's like, well, there is this cool stuff that people are liking that you're bringing to the table, and people are doing it because they just want to create cool shit.
yeah, this
it's
is
just
us
fun.
versus TO problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that, but then it's like, hey guys, how about we get a little bit something extra going on for all this extra stuff that we're putting on, and it seems like a win-win for everybody. But then like getting that through, sometimes it's a bit.
We can get in the
Yeah.
weeds here because then the conversation is like, well, what's the value to the content to the TO? Because it's through like either realms of social media or for people being entertained. But at the end of the day, the majority of the viewers only tune in and give a fuck about the game. So all the extra frills that we do essentially add up to nothing as far as dollar signs are concerned for ESL, because they can't, this is me talking, they can't sell on it because we make it live, right? So the only thing they can use is the metrics that we help generate in the future. But even then,
But
look,
then you're helping keep viewers entertained, no?
yes,
which means
but
keeps
what's the
the-
value on that?
But you keep the viewership at a consistent level. You
Yeah.
stop it from dropping.
Yes. So,
So-
There's more people watching the ads.
and the
Okay,
metrics.
you
Russ,
got-
now put a dollar sign on that. What's it worth?
I'm just saying
Do it for us.
There is worth, but like you
Yeah.
guys maybe
Yeah.
underestimate or undervalue it. But you guys are helping showcase personalities in the CS scene that would otherwise not get any attention to.
Now, if you could tell it to our employer,
Yeah, but it's just facts. Like it's
yeah, but
literally, like,
we're in a terrible position to negotiate.
It's tough. I mean,
yeah.
this is what I want to
But
ask
how
you.
so? You like if the talent pool is like the best of the best. There's not many, right? It's a small group.
Yes, but it's a lot of individuals.
We're
that
not
are
a we're not a
working together.
team.
We're not
Yeah.
like an org. Like 10 of us are.
Ooh, you guys created a casting org?
The problem there, there's a few problems.
We've
that
tried that
come
a few
from
times in
these
the past.
things.
Russell, if you'd like to go down the history, I can bring out
No.
the list.
Yeah.
Again, some of the talent over the years. A lot of stuff going on there.
But you know what?
But-
We've weeded a lot
but
of the
that's what
problem makers
but-
out at this point.
Yeah.
They weeded themselves out, Jason. Jesus Christ. We're not running a cabal over here, like, for fuck's sake.
Jesus. But no, I was going to say, like, I mean, for the players as well. I mean, there's no fucking CSPPA anymore and nothing.
No,
like that. It doesn't.
it's gone.
Yeah, it's long gone. So it's like, well, what's out there to protect your guys' interest now?
That's a good
I've
question.
thought about that. Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
I've talked to a person recently that's trying to organize. I mean, he was between the communication between players and Valve.
Okay.
And that's also something that was mentioned.
Seems trustworthy.
Well, why did you
sounded ominous.
I'll just put it out. Like, if a union were to be, if a union would be done again, one, you cannot have other people come into it.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yes.
Definitely.
And players, it needs to come from your own guys' pocket
To
to fund it.
Yeah.
Yo, the thing is, it doesn't have to be fun. You don't need a fucking office.
True.
You don't need any of this shit. Like, you literally just need
Well,
a group chat
No,
with
but
probably team managers to represent the whole team, and you just stay active in the loop. And
Would you want
address
team
problems.
managers to represent you though?
Coach or team manager? Probably coach.
Coach would probably be
Coach
better.
is probably.
coach would be better.
But it also depends on how much of a company man that motherfucker is.
But it really doesn't need to be such an active thing. That's the problem
Yeah.
with the CSPPA was that they had like
Lawyers
apparently
and
an
shit.
active office,
Yeah.
active employees. And for what? You have like you deal with an issue like once every like 2
The-
months.
You guys boycotted Blast for like an hour and a half, so that was pretty sick.
It was so that the Danish
team
bloke
comms.
could
Oh,
make.
'cause the
Yeah, the
voice
team
comes.
comes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but
yeah.
yeah, obviously.
I heard a rumor. Did you ever hear this? I heard part of the reason why teams boycotted was because at the time I was coaching Liquid
Here we go.
and I'd been part of.
Yes, you're the reason of it all, Jason.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Just an example here. Everyone's getting all up in arms. Yeah, go get another drink. That'll be perfect. But I heard part of the reason, not the whole reason, was because I was coaching Liquid and I'd been on the Blast broadcast, which at the time was doing the whole. They gave us a listen in to the team comms in the green room, so that we could
use it and
on broadcast.
now
And I heard some teams were just like, "Oh, you can't have someone who is a coach having listened to all the team comms."
no.
I don't know what advantage that would give me.
I don't think so. I disagree. I think the reason it was boycotted is because it's kind of preventing players from fully being themselves.
That they were being listened to.
Yeah, that someone that should not be listening to is able to listen right now.
Mm.
I feel like that heavily impacts every team. I mean, it's
Yeah.
difficult because obviously there's also positive aspects. You're like, oh, this player is doing a lot in game. He's
Mm.
saying a lot. He's doing great communication. But then obviously you could, I don't know, you hear like a toxic convo or someone's
Sure.
And
Shit
heated-
talks
heated
or whatever.
about it,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it's just like, you're kind of able to listen to someone's like, you can smell someone's dirty laundry
Sure.
when you're not supposed to, right?
Yeah.
So
I
Sure.
think the problem with that is the lack of professionalism potentially from the side of talent.
Right.
Like,
and the way that
I
information
think that
would be
that
used.
sort of
Yeah,
information is a luxury, but you need to be in a state of mind where you realize it's a competitive environment. Things get emotional sometimes. You can't just be there not even in the segment after that game, but let's say the next tournament, you're at a different TO's tournament, you're saying, well, this guy is a little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
known to get whatever toxic during games
Yeah.
or something stupid like that,
why do you
right?
know
Like
that?
it should only, the way it should only be used is that you get background for something that you see,
yeah.
right? Because it's really hard. I mean, even for someone, like even you, when you were with us in Kato for something, like, and you watch the game, like you can't see everything
Yeah.
during a live game. Like even with your knowledge and understanding of the game, like you miss something because there's a lot of things sometimes happening at the same time. Oh, this guy like just flashed something and got info here or use this smoke. Why did you blah 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 blah? So hearing the comms just gives you some
Gives you the
extra
full picture.
context,
Yeah.
and also having that could provide for such sick pieces of content where then you can insert like some comms, like let's say I want to do a round and I heard also the comms and I said, give me these 5 seconds of comms here, right? And then I say, yeah, look at how Twistzz is giving the info to his, like he's telling them to push, like, because he doesn't have to explain himself. He saw something, boom, and that's where they do it, and now they're like flanking them, and boom, Liquid wins the reset round, right? Like that would be a sick piece of content for post game, but
It has to be used for the good.
yeah,
Now,
exactly.
ESL is obviously doing some listening, so which means, everyone's trusting some
Yeah, yeah.
tool to filter through and pick out good stuff. For instance, on against Vitality played Furia, Zaiwu was saying in the listening, I'm just gonna kill this guy crossing the door.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Which is
Fun.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
it's
sick
sick that
on
he's
that,
just
yeah.
he's calling it out, right?
His teammate was like, "Oh, is this going to be a hat trick?" Because you got 3 in a row, 3
Yeah.
door crosses
And then
in
he
a row.
tagged the guy
and then
in
he
the
tagged the
next
guy on the
one.
4th
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy
Markelov was doing
Dude, it was
full
fucking
forest
sick.
back in
I
the
haven't seen that in a while.
No,
like that
it's been a
consistency
minute.
on it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fucking wild.
But obviously, when it's used for like cool stuff like that, or from small tidbits or whatever could be used in the analyst is good. But obviously, it does come from you need to have professionalism and maturity, and if you hear something you're not supposed to, it's not circulating around the fucking scene.
Believe what this guy said, bro.
And there's always learning experiences and mistakes that are along the way to get something like that. And they've been very good to you guys in these listen-ins. Actually, they do a good job of cutting off before anything said.
Anything, yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. But I think like some of the pieces of content, which are my favorite pieces of content to watch, are like the onboard things that ESL
Yeah,
do. All
they're
those
so sick.
longer, like the one that they
the
did.
45 minutes on like the phase and smash
Yeah.
on Ancient.
Yeah, they did at the start of the year, obviously the Donk one. They did about like Spirit. That was a bit more
Yeah.
like, and then they
Katowice
did
in
the
total.
Dallas one with the
G2,
Stewie
yeah.
thing.
Yep.
They are working on another one. I don't want to spoil that one out. Yeah. And that's one that's going back a little bit. Might involve one of his teams.
Ooh.
But
Oh, no.
no, it's all good.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. No.
No, it's
nah.
not the Mirage one.
Going back a couple
I
of
mean, to be
years.
fair, there was no bad comms.
Going
Yeah,
back a
yeah.
couple
Full
years,
try.
it'd be a good one. But that's how I fucking love it because like that's the insight to the game. It makes the game human to people,
Yeah.
right? Because you can sit there and you can watch the screen, you can see the face cams and shit, but to listen to the intricacy of communication and the intensity
And the emotion.
right?
in it, yeah.
Oh, that's what fucking Counter-Strike is, right? Like, and we all know it. We've all played games and you're having a good game and the comms are high and everyone, and it's like, fuck yeah. It's like a drug, man. Like that's
It
the
is a
best bit
fucking
about
sick
CS.
feeling.
Do you know I am such a simp these days? Anytime I play a Face-It game, because I've been solo queuing ever since you took Justin away from me, all I can do is solo queue. So if I ever get in a lobby and the guys are nice, afterwards, I go in the chat after and I'm like, thank you so much. You just made my fucking day. Like, just to get to play a Face-It game with people who talk to each other like fucking human beings.
Do you add them to your friends list?
No, I don't do that. I play with the DGO guy and another Polish boy the other day, and they were super nice. We played. Devil was on our team. Devil muted us, I reckon, within probably 5 or 6 rounds of the game. He's such a fucking rager, bro. But we still won. We still did it, and that was one of the highlights of my week. So shout out to Deagle and whoever the other bloke was. I forget his name. A couple of Polish legends.
Forgotten but not gone.
Yeah, they're not in a team at the moment. Yeah,
It's so great when you get some of those sound bites. Like I'll never forget the Dallas Ents game on Ancient, right? Like
with the fake.
yeah, and then with the Kerrigan fake.
Yeah.
Like, it's not I'm the best fucking call. It's not
Yeah.
this side. It's the other side.
Yeah,
it's just like you're just so excited. You don't necessarily know exactly what's coming out of your mouth,
Yeah.
but like you're like, yeah, I just owned you guys. Like that was so slick.
100%. Are you going to the gym above the hotel, or are you going to the other gym?
I go in the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, which I kind of wasted my money because I had a week pass for the one that we go to.
Oh, you don't have like a year-long pass?
No, because I'm not here. Like
So
I'm
the
not
bloke.
consistently here.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Okay.
you have some friendships or
No,
whatever.
Yeah,
He's
he's
got
at the
a
hookup.
You got the hook.
You know the
Dude,
bowl.
Chad runs Malta.
There's the bowl guy.
Yeah.
So
We gave him the hair transplant fucking hookup, and now he got the gym hookup in return.
So that guy, because I was going, and I was paying like weeks. Like I did like first I went and did like a day, and then I did like a week, and then I came back and I did like 2 weeks or whatever. He was like, "Why don't you just get like a year?" And I was like, "Oh, I travel a lot." And he was like, "Oh, I can give you a student discount for a year. It's only like this much."
What?
Yeah.
And ask about.
So if you see him,
Just be like, I'd like to buy a year, but I travel so much.
yeah,
Is there anything you can do for
see
me?
if you can get in on that, because that's what I got. It was only like 200 euros or something.
Word for word, I'll
Like, yeah, and you
quote
can.
you on that.
Do you maybe have like a student discount?
My number is seven
I've
seven
heard
four
of
seven four eight is my membership number. So you can say 748 said. 748 said. Yeah, what?
Barcode.
Yeah.
Push Chad is the type of guy that knows his
Yeah, what
gym
the- what?
membership
Even- you
number.
know-
What do you mean? Don't they ask you when you go in?
No, because I only have a week pass. I show my little, fucking this date to this date, and then
A
I'm
little
good.
punch card, like 10 punches
Yeah.
and you're out.
Well, there's been some newer people there in the morning, so
There
I've
was
had to.
people.
Yeah, there's some new ladies in there. Like normally just the old blokes. Now they've changed up the staff. I'm like, oh, this is fair enough. But I saw him in there the other day. Was it earlier in the week
It was before
before the group started?
the group started.
Yeah, so last week. Last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, yeah.
But no,
No.
I go to the one in the hotel.
sometimes I see it when I'm walking around. He's sitting out there across from his apartment, like eating ice. Well, it's probably not ice cream, but maybe froyo or some shit.
Lieutenant
like,
Dan, ice cream.
What the fuck? That might be Jason's funniest bit ever.
We were doing
Well,
Forrest
no,
Gump on the cast the other day, and it just popped into my brain, and here we are. Yeah, it was-
We got quite a group here, though.
Yeah.
Like Henry's next door. Well, you're down the road. Alex is down the road. Hugo's coming here. I don't know if I should have said that. Should I have said that? That's fine.
We can edit that out.
Max moved here.
Max moved here.
It's quite a group.
Yeah.
Australia's taking over the Commonwealth. Actually,
Well,
Canada's part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah,
Well, the
that's true.
Commonwealth already owned this place,
Yeah.
don't they? In a way.
at once upon a time, they gave it back.
Okay,
Yeah, I think they gave it back.
sure.
Did you give
Yeah.
it back, Harry?
Thumbs up.
Specifically him.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, Harry gave it back. We got anything else?
I kind of did, but it's a
Yeah.
whole conversation. We don't have to get into it. I was
He-
going to say.
yeah.
I mean, I guess
He
that's the
did
point
say
of the podcast.
he's got
Yeah.
nowhere to go, but
Yeah.
I also don't want to keep him for his time. Like,
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about Edward
Oh yeah.
because I know you've been doing a lot of work with him, and I'm just curious. Like Edward's I don't even know what his actual
He's a
direct
mind-
title.
He wants to be referred
Mind
to
body
as a
esports.
mind body coach.
Okay, so sports psychologist, performance coach, whatever terminology you
Is
want
there
to use.
anything
for it.
else besides those two to cover? He pretty much covers everything with those two.
Mind,
and
body.
I think there's like one more that. I mean, I'm just thinking like official
Like
titles for these
soul.
people on other teams.
I'm
So-
just.
Yeah, you're fucking with me. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what's that been like? Have you felt like that investment of your time and energy into like that side of things has yielded positive results? Like, I still feel like that's kind of still viewed in some ways, depending on who your person is and how much credit they can get publicly. It still feels like a little bit voodoo in a way.
I mean, I will say like some people put more focus on it than others, and that's fair. Like I
Of
said
course,
before,
yeah.
everyone's different. It's also finding a way to integrate him because obviously we're a team of very experienced players. It's kind of just like, okay, you go to him when you have a specific thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, he brings something up when it's like a specific thing he noticed that the whole team is like doing. But a lot of people, I mean, the great thing about my team is I feel like I actually have a lot of healthy individuals, like people who like really want to better themselves physically and mentally. Justin working out, eating well, ultimate, you know, he's actually like fit. I mean, he played tennis before and stuff, has like an athletic background, cares about nutrition and stuff. So he's obviously he has like degrees in nutrition and stuff. So
Yeah.
if anything, he's like happy
Yeah,
that
good
you know,
conversation.
that we use him for this purpose. I've recently started picking up running. He's really big into running.
Yep.
I've been able to talk to him about that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm always learning, like trying to learn, like look into new things. Been looking a lot into sleep, zone 2 running,
Does it
this type of stuff.
Can
and
you
then I
tell
can
there's
talk
an
to him
impact
about
on your
it.
performance inside the server?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But for me, it's more of like how I feel from when I wake up to when I go to bed. That's
Mm.
more important because anyone can have a bad game. I wouldn't let that determine
Sure.
if I did something bad in my routine or not.
Right.
Because if I feel good the entire day, then I'm doing something right.
Okay.
I know Justin's an Edward fan. Justin,
Going running with him tomorrow.
with Justin or
Yeah.
Edward?
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Going a
what's
little morning run and go for a dip. You want to come?
Oh no, I don't run.
I know you're not a runner.
I don't run.
Yeah.
No running for me. Nah, I'm okay.
Why did you make that face? Like,
No, I
You're
can't
always all
run.
bashful about it.
I
so
can't
I'm
run.
not a runner.
I
No?
can't run. Nah.
It's the knees.
Well, I don't know if it is the knees. I think
Trying
it's
to give you an
it's-
out here.
yeah,
It's
like
probably just the cardio in general. You know, I don't know. I don't got a lot of that going on. Justin's going for a run.
Yeah, Justin runs.
Yeah, I know, but I
Yeah.
can't believe he's doing something.
Oh, he's been doing a lot. I go to the gym.
Well, I wouldn't know. He doesn't come in TeamSpeak anymore.
I mean, he's
Back
working
to
hard.
square
If
one.
he's in TeamSpeak, then I would say he's not working.
you can be proud, Dad.
Yeah, but I would like to
Kids
hear.
doing well.
I'd like
bird's
to hear
gotta
from
leave
him
the
every
nest
now
at
and
some
again,
point,
you
you
know?
know?
Just once a week. Not a lot.
Just a check-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
A little
yeah,
text to
how's
let
it
me know he's
going?
doing okay.
Yeah.
Did he like come see you?
When?
Did he not find you? He he went to the observer room to find.
He went and spoke to Rush.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that makes
Wow,
you feel.
that's low.
That's fine. I was working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you know, I got things to do.
I mean, if he was really your friend,
Oh, here we go.
if he came to Rush to talk to him, he could come on the cast with you.
I don't think Justin would like to come on the cast very much.
I know. I was
Like
just
if
trying
Russ
to,
was
like-
there, he might. but he would. I don't think he'd go on his own.
Yeah.
Imagine having Justin and no, Naf actually has come on the cast.
Naf has
before.
come on the cast before.
Oh,
I love
shit.
Naf, man. Is he still? He's got to still be exactly the same.
I feel like he's grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more personable.
Well, yeah, but I mean, mostly the same person. Like he gives off a very distinct vibe.
He's very talkative.
He's a little bit
He's
more
very
of the same
talkative?
person.
Yeah, he's very talkative.
You hear that, Jason? He's very talkative.
Okay.
That's what Russ said.
I mean, he's always been talkative.
Oh, okay. Well, explain yourself then.
He's someone who he's talkative, but he does his own thing. Like he's not gonna
He talks to himself.
he's not gonna come. I feel like he's not someone who's always gonna come be the initiator. But if you engage him in conversation, he's got plenty to say and will talk back. But he sits
Okay.
and does his own thing, and then shows up and does his job, and then it's see you later, Keith. It's been real.
Okay. Is he like that still?
No, I would say much searches for improvement. Now he asks like questions. I don't know. He's very funny.
He's
so funny.
hilarious.
He's
He is
so fucking
funny.
funny.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's overhearing a conversation. Like you'll hear him like laugh because he's like listening to it, or he'll like chime in. Yeah, I don't know.
What's the funniest thing that Ultimate said during a live match? I've heard some stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Some stories.
I've heard some things, and I'm not gonna say them, but I just want to know, like, if you had to think of one. Because you gave that point earlier that he was a little bit shy on the call, but you could tell there was some underlying confidence. And all the stories I've heard of the things he says during games is just filled to the brim with confidence. But they're funny as fuck.
Yeah, they are, but it's really hard to quote him. 'Cause it's like he has accent,
Yeah.
so
You don't have to do the accent. You can
for
try
me,
it if you
anything he says is just like like he is just he's pretty funny. I don't know. There's been like time where like I don't know.
I heard
He'll
it.
get lost in the smoke, and you just like hear him like laughing or something, because he's like in full chaos and he finds it like fun, or
Kids.
or like he'll repeat and outpeak like repeat an upper and win the fight, and he'll just like laugh or something.
He did that to James today.
Yeah, he
on
did.
Ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he got his kill at halftime, he was like, yes, I got it. and you know he's like like about it. It's like fun, you know.
We hyped him up on the cast when he got that. It was like the last kill of the half as well.
That was rough. He was like, it wasn't even like he just saw no one.
Yeah,
He
He
exactly.
literally had the lowest deaths in the circle.
You guys won 8-4, and he was like 0-6 or something stupid like that.
It's just
happens.
Kind of nice.
I don't know. He just doesn't tilt. I don't know.
Perfect.
Let's
Alright.
shut it down.
Yeah, let's shut it down.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
They're covered.
hey, it's
Oh.
been a good run.
Yeah. Thanks, Russ.
Peace.
Bye.